Yeah, no, I know. You don't have to pull it up all the way. Or, I mean, you don't have to pick it up, I mean. Okay.
All right, there we go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Finally.
Felix Beiderman in the building. We're back. We're back and better than ever. New York City.
I stayed at a hotel like this once.
Dude, this is a crazy hotel.
I stayed in it was in London, so it was slightly smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't gonna pay £2,000 a night back before they totally obliterated the British pound. But it was because it was during our EU tour, and it was because the place we were staying at in London was for sure a human trafficking Airbnb. And I had such a bad experience in London. I thought, I can't sleep here. I have to sleep in a real place.
Yeah.
They had a hardwired Ethernet connection.
That's awesome.
I played Counter-Strike there. It was great.
I will say, this is the first time. I've been to many hotels at this point, and this is the first time I'm staying at a hotel where I came in off the flight, and they fucked me. The flight, well, not the hotel. The flight swapped out on me due to the engine failure of the previous chartered flight ahead of time. So they did a flight swap, the airplane swap. So we went from a wide body airplane with lie flats to no lie flats.
Ugh.
On the red eye.
That's tough.
It cooked me. It cooked me so hard. I passed out. And when I got here, I mean, I couldn't sleep. And then I got here, I passed out, and I had a profile that I was doing with this journalist, and she was just sitting in the restaurant waiting for me for 35 minutes.
Oh, no.
It's the worst, dude. It's so embarrassing. But it's also one of those things where it's not only is it first world problems, but it's immensely privileged rich guy problems as well.
Yeah, but I feel like ever since JetBlue and everything got shittier in about 2000, really it was COVID. I would say that everyone in the world suffers about the same since that happened. It's about the same amount of suffering.
Yeah.
When JetBlue was better, I would absolutely say there's stratifications of wealth and comfort in the world. When it really took a shit, I used to fly JetBlue from New York to Vegas, and this is how great 2017 was. I had an entire row to myself on the red eye back multiple times.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't happen today. Wouldn't happen today.
I remember I could just finagle my way into getting a emergency row seat, because I would walk up before the flight and I'd be like, hey, can I please, I'm kind of tall, I have a hard time fitting in the seats, and they'd be like, of course, we'll put you in the emergency row. And then they financialized it. They made it payable. It fucked me. It was bullshit. I cannot. It's so annoying. Wait, let me see.
Wait, what? What do you mean they
back in the day, you could get the exit row seat for free if you just asked for it. And then they made it a payable thing.
I never knew that.
Yeah, and this is before premium economy and stuff anyway. Back in the day, you could just get the free extra leg room. Yeah, good thing you're rich and pay for a bigger seat. I mean, exactly. Yeah, so get your money up, not your funny up. Speaking of getting your money up, how hard have you been hit by the CSGO skin market? The people are asking.
Luckily, I had longtime fans will know that I had a profligate gambling enterprise. Not profligate for me, but during COVID. During the first few months of COVID. Because the gyms were closed, there was nothing to do, Bernie was losing. I played 15 hours of Counter-Strike a day with my friends who had office jobs. And I got really into this skin gambling. And I think to this day, my biggest illusion is that I'm positive for the times I gambled on CSGO. Like I think I made a profit, but I recently, like in the last 3 months, I offloaded my butterfly knife, which was the last like big ticket item from there.
Oh, so you got out. You got out beforehand. Gaben let you know.
Yeah, I
You're the Paul Pelosi of the skin market.
kind of. I mean, like I spent a little bit on a bayonet knife just because I like those. I don't want to resell it, but there was a part of me that was thinking like, okay, how much longer can this go on?
Now we have.
Oh my God. Onapixel checks his new CS2 inventory value after market crash.
Yeah, this is a guy realizing he's going to have to work until he's 90 now.
The actual
This
value
was
was.
his
This is
retirement.
already minus 40k. So... What? Oh my God! Because we invested into the right things! I'm telling you, bro! 1.5 mil! Hey, something is off. Refresh prices. 1.5 million to... Boom!
Oh,
That is
no.
incredible, dude. That is... I mean, it's just like... There's a lesson there for cryptocurrency addicts, I think.
Yeah.
Something to really consider.
I mean, it's a lesson for people who own any asset that isn't like a commodity that can actually do something, like oil or something. Really, I would say most equities now. But so I haven't been following this super closely. I do know that like I would have, I probably would have also lost like 90% on the value of my butterfly. I probably lost like 90% of the value of the bayonet anyway, but that was way cheaper. So did they just like ban third party?
I have no understanding of what happened. I just heard that the market just tanked in its entirety and all the values crashed. But I'm sure someone knows. What was it, Chatters?
I'm very curious because
They changed the economy. They made it so you can trade up reds for golds.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. It used to be that you couldn't, there were a lot of reds, so like the red was like the highest rarity of like a non-glove or knife weapon skin.
Yeah.
And you could trade up 10 of everything to get one of the next color value, but you couldn't trade up 10 reds to get one gold, famously. Because even there are a lot of reds that are worth like $3. They're really shitty. And theoretically, you could, if you had a ton of reds, which anyone who's been playing for a long time might, you have like 20 chances to get to basically roll for a knife that could be worth 20,000. And presumably they probably like quintupled or sextupled like the amount of like knives and gloves in like a second probably.
So everybody had these worthless reds,
Yeah.
or like low value reds, and then they increased the value of the reds, and they made it so that you can trade it up. Therefore, all of the supposedly invaluable items lost a tremendous amount of value in the process because now they're more attainable.
Yeah.
So they try to fix the artificial scarcity by introducing this new market factor. Why did they do that?
It's 2008 all over again.
I don't think it's the worst thing because it is like, if it kept going up like it was, you would get to a point where like the only people who would have knives are people who've been playing for like a decade or people who, like the owners
Arab sheiks.
Yeah, the owners of biggest Steam wallets.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen that video about how there is that one guy who they think is either
MBS?
Yeah, it's either MBS or an Emirati.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would only be... There's also been, like, cartel guys that have stashed money into skins.
That's awesome.
But it would get to a point where it's just like, the only thing you could get if you were, like, a normal person would be, like, the butt plug knives. And even those would become, like, $5,000 eventually.
Guy who becomes a socialist after the gamer skin market crashes.
That's the next Graham Platner. he's gonna like have an Adam Waffen tattoo like on his forehead.
Yeah, what's the Blackwater equivalent. Like he was a hedge fund guy.
Yeah.
He was a hedge fund guy that like shuttered orphanages.
Yeah. And his scandal is he'll like in the middle of the campaign he'll be like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I just realized I'm still employed by Palantir. I just quit. I am so sorry."
Oh man, the Atomwaffen skull tattoo.
It's like on his forehead, like that Caleb video.
No, he just walked around and shaved it for all of his life, and then one day they were like, "Hey, hey, you have that on your head. What does that mean?" And he's like, "What?"
Guess who just got kicked out of the primary? That's right, for being anti-establishment.
Except the proletariat, the masses, the proletariat is more stupid than ever before, it seems. And the Mainers literally either don't give a fuck or like it.
This is a Maine have you ever been to Maine?
No. Or once, I think. I was supposed to go. I was supposed to go and meet up with Graham Platner initially, way before any of this stuff. And my primary concern at that time was like, why did you join Blackwater in 2018?
Yeah.
Which is not a concern for the average voter at all, obviously. It's just like, that was my own, like I was trying to understand what the fuck was going on there. Because on paper, his candidacy, like, comes out of the gate swinging, left populist, Bernie-crat, whatever, right? Like, looks good. And then you look into his background and you're like, what the fuck? Like, how did this happen? And I had these concerns. I wanted to talk to him about it, and then all of this stuff happened. At first, the Reddit stuff came out, and I was like, okay, this is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like, how did you go from 4-tour machine gunner in the Marines to Blackwater in 2018 to by 2020 being like, I hate white folk.
Yeah.
I hate the stupid white chuds.
Yeah. Which is like, that is so sad for him to say that. That's so, who's it? Steven in Django Unchained. That's what it's like.
It's awesome.
Yeah. But it's like, I had the same thing where it was like, we could have interviewed him. I was like kind of against it because really, like, the only thing you could ask him, like, we could ask him that would be kind of interesting would be like, okay, so you were a mercenary, like, what the fuck? And after, presumably he has like a slick answer for that, or maybe not so slick, but after that, what do you really have? I mean, I think his entire candidacy, I do get people that are backing him to the hilt, because after Brandon and after Brandon 2 and Trump 2, all these dementia-addled candidates, people lying their ass off for people like Fetterman. It would be great to be able to do that for someone who is like halfway good, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just, my thing with him is like, I always thought, before all of this too, especially with the Blackwater stuff, if his line on like, if he was willing to be like, more, I'm not going to say out there with foreign policy, but more not sort of like safe sock demi.
Yeah.
Still what I would prefer
when I looked at his
Jeffries, but
when I looked at his platform, the thing that actually stuck out for me is like when he was like, "Oh, we just got to do good wars." Like not which is like, okay, that's the Marjorie Taylor Greene position.
Yeah.
Like what are we doing? Like, especially with your background as a fucking machine gunner, you could very easily just be like, look, I did some heinous shit and it was really fucked up. It wasn't just fucked up for me and my buddies when we got the Totenkopf tattoo.
Yeah.
But it was also fucked up for the people that we were brutalizing without any sort of repercussions whatsoever. And in that situation, it's like, that's an entirely different conversation to be having. Maybe in the best case scenario, psychedelic trip, Michael Jamal Brooks, Majority Report fan, and he does feel that way, but he can't say it out loud because he thinks like, oh, we got to moderate a little bit on the war stuff, potentially. But like, I was just trying to parse through all of that, and it just didn't.
Yeah. I don't even have need for him to use the terminology or framing that I would prefer, just as long as I was like as I could be, if I could be assured that he would be like a 100% reliable, like anti-interventionist, guy who could potentially like, I don't know.
But even then, then you got to think it's less of a John Fetterman and more of a Tulsi Gabbard potentially.
Right, exactly. And the fact that he's not. This is, if you are looking to really like, completely obliterate all the norms and not do any of the shit that previous generations felt was necessary in a Senate race. Well, this is the time where you would get a little bolder with foreign policy stuff. Yeah. And the fact that he's not,
especially like, right now, if I'm working on his campaign, the thing I would be hammering every fucking day would be, why are we going to war with Venezuela?
Yeah.
Why are we going to war with Venezuela? What the fuck are you doing? Why are you moving the aircraft carrier to Latin America? Why are you trying to turn our direct backyard into an Iraq-style situation? That's what I mean. It is the most opportune time to be a guy like that.
Yeah.
This is literally, in my opinion, this is basically what I felt when I was trying to tell Democrats to like scream about Israel a little bit, when I would like hold them down at the DNC and be like, you have to address this. It's like not only unimaginably inhumane, but people are frustrated by this, and your inability to address it is going to cook you. And this is exactly like that.
Yeah.
Why have we killed like 70 fishermen?
Right. I think someone put it this way: you're a terrorist because we killed you. We killed you because you're a terrorist.
Yeah.
That is fucking insane. To have, not just to do that, but to have the vice president out there like making funny joke. Oh, don't go fishing out there. Okay, so you killed like a dozen people for no fucking reason.
Yeah. No, that's where we're at. I just like, it's so hard. It's so hard to look at the situation and not feel like this is, we are the Nazis.
Oh yeah, no.
Like we are 100%. Like this is, yes, it's a post-nuclear proliferated world. It's the dynamics a little bit different, but like we straight up are the fucking, this time we are the Nazis.
Yeah. I mean, if the Third Reich officially won World War II.
Oh yeah.
Ursula von Leyen would have the same job. The Third Reich world looks a lot like our world.
That's why you say, what's his name? Gunther is the spiritual successor.
Yeah.
He likes Albanians too much, though.
Yeah, he's like one of the, he's like a weird, like, you wouldn't call it an Orientalist, but I don't know what you would call it.
Yeah, not Gunther Eagleman, the OG Gunther. I forget what his last name is.
Fehlinger.
Yeah, Gunther Fehlinger, who, what was it? He got fired, right?
I don't even think he had a bullshit job where he worked for one of those Euro think tanks. That's like,
he's Mr. NATO. He loves NATO. He's always like, Israel needs to join NATO now. He wants to balkanize Russia. And he loves NATO. Every country needs to join NATO.
My favorite thing that he does, and he's like a true Austro-Hungarian, he wants to balkanize like every country he doesn't like.
Yeah.
He even, when he felt that Israel was, slightly on the wrong side of NATO on something, he was like, okay, fuck it, ex-Israel. Let's, Drew stayed over here. Fucking, Haredi super state over here. He's,
yeah, you know who else had that opinion? No Opinion. When he came out with the brilliant take, before he learned about BDS, after reading one Isaac Chodener interview with a settler, and was like, wow, we got to boycott these guys. What's that about? Before he came up with that conclusion, he had said, I have a new idea. It's called the 4-state solution or something.
Oh, everyone since the beginning of time, people have just tried that line out. My favorite Noah thing was when he was like, well, I've been going on walks recently, and it turns out I can get erections. That was all. I love that. It's just so shocking to me because this is really showing my age. I always thought, like, when I was a kid, I thought the amazing thing about the internet is that you completely control what information people know about you. So you can really, all the things that you perceive as embarrassing to you could just totally leave out. But he's just, none of us would have ever found that out, but he was like, well,
yeah.
It turns out I wasn't asexual, I just had gas. He thought he was, like, totally asexual for, like, 20 years, and then he, like...
I mean, even peak internet, you have Tony DeCoppel talking about how he got an adult circumcision, so... You know, there were still moments like that, or Jake Tapper's brilliant work that you recently...
Well, that's
in the halls of the greats. The goat poster.
I've never seen... I would say...
What is this? Come on, Gunther. You know the Serbs are going to choose genocide, NATO, or Russian genocidal axis? Is that just rage bait account or an unironic R word? He goes, I don't even know how to explain Gunther to someone who doesn't already know who he is.
Yeah, he's a man he's a true Austro-Hungarian.
Yeah. He just loves he loves NATO. I don't know how else to describe it. He loves NATO so much. And you know he loves NATO because he never stopped posting about NATO. And when all of the Ukrainian flag and the bio accounts quietly dissipated. Like, there are so many examples of, like, prominent, quote-unquote, pro-Ukraine accounts that, like, when the leadership exchange happened and they were like, no more U.S. aid, we're actually taking a different tone, even though they're not really taking a different approach that much, but they're just, like, they're doing away with all the soft power initiatives and all the PSYOPs and whatnot. Everybody was like, all right, we're done posting about Ukraine, I guess, except for Gunther.
Oh, yeah, no.
He's a real one.
Every cycle, there's, like, a few guys who are, like, they're true. Bilal Kareem is one of those guys.
Bilal Kareem? Wait, do I know him? Let's see.
He was like one of those. You remember how there used to be the exact same thing for guys who wanted American intervention in Syria? Or more American intervention in Syria.
Yeah.
All those guys, of course, like, moved on and were like, I'm an Israel expert. I'm a Venezuela guy.
Iran guy. A lot of them became like, Iran is. There's a new momentum I'm seeing a lot now. I think, like, the Iranian regime is, like, kind of de-escalated from the morality stuff that they were doing with the hijab. Like, there's a lot of imagery coming out of parts of Iran that normally where normally you wouldn't be able to so openly roam around, and they keep posting videos like that. And now I've noticed that all the Iran understanders, some of them are saying, oh, it's because the regime is weak, they've lost their power, and then others are saying, no, these are actually fake, they're still arresting everyone.
Yeah.
They're fighting amongst themselves. They haven't been able to get messaging discipline on this issue.
This is sort of like an unprecedented moment for the Islamic Republic because, world famous barbershop chain just opened its first location in the Middle East.
Oh, God.
And it's
no,
in Tehran, and it's actually the first all naked haircut. It's not in Israel, it's in Iran.
Wow, they should be posting that.
Yeah,
just like the Hosmer accounts that are like, look at my titties, like, I'm in Israel. Like,
do you think
you can't do this anywhere? It's like Lebanon is right there.
Yeah,
like, that's so crazy.
I can't believe people are still doing that one.
I know.
Like, is it 1983?
Due to Israel's genocide, a lot more people became acquainted with the region. So a lot of the Hosmer lines don't work anymore because they're like, what do you mean? Like, look at Lebanon. They're gay as hell over there. That shit doesn't work. Plus, that's not even a metric for liberty anyway. You guys are fucking doing genocide.
It's also so weird because the countries that had, like, the most comprehensive laws and legal enforcement of modesty laws and everything were the Gulf states that Israel had either an official or working relationship with. Yeah. Of course, like, the Gulf states aren't, it's not as extreme as it was maybe 6 or 7 years ago.
No, they're going super woke now, dude. Yeah. That's the other. Yeah, no, Saudi Arabia. Well, All Gulf states, except we're not talking about the crown jewel, Qatar, of course.
Everything.
Our goats.
Perfect.
Our goats.
Goldilocks zone.
Yeah.
Perfect amount of woke.
Yeah.
Perfect amount of. Well, I would not,
Perfect amount of a little bit of religious modesty.
Traditionalism.
Yeah, traditionalism.
Yeah. They're in the Goldilocks zone. I love them.
Yeah, they should have been the ones that bought EA.
Yeah.
Why leave it up to Saudi Arabia? They're gonna fuck it up.
I legitimately think that Qatar, someone in there, someone in the Thani family, there's someone there who's like, I really liked Splinter Cell Chaos. Let's bring this. I really love Chaos Theory. I know that's Ubisoft and not EA, but let's bring back the stealth genre. Or let's make the Battlefield 6 campaign get better because that is EA.
Yeah. No, I agree. They could do that. Or, fuck it, buy CNN.
I mean,
Put a bit out there before fucking David or Larry Ellison gets their grummy little paws on it and just come out of the gate swinging. Al Jazeera 2.0.
Yeah.
Buy CNN. Buy CNN. Qatar, I'm begging you. Buy CNN. Think about the dreams that you could accomplish. Okay? We could fully implement the Islamic Caliphate in America.
I would work there in any capacity.
Oh, me too.
No, I don't want a salary. The plane that I want, you could probably give it to me at cost. I believe that Qatar has Eurofighters. I just want one. I want a single seater. You don't have to buy me like a $200 million jumbo jet. I don't want that. I want something that can go super cruise at like Mach 1.2. They that bullshit company that's like, we're making a new Concorde. It's any day now. Like Boom Aviation.
Oh, really?
Shit. Yeah. I don't really believe them, but they did just get Trump to issue an executive order where it says civilians can break the sound barrier as long as it's a quiet boom. Which,
how does that work?
Well, there are NASA has it has to do with like the shape of the aircraft, and NASA has achieved it. Though it would be probably kind of hard to do with a jet that size. Though anything's possible. I wish that company wasn't completely made up though. I always
No, they're gonna do it with AI.
Yeah,
I believe it.
Yeah,
they're gonna get the top minds. They're gonna get all the people that post on Twitter about how hard they're working in San Francisco to fix it, to build it up.
That's why I think that it's never coming, because it's one of those companies where they're like,
oh,
look at all the tents at our office. I hate that stuff so much.
Everything is getting so much shittier every day. Everything is pretty ass. So what can you do? I would game if Qatar. Would you game if Qatar said you needed to? Yes, I would do anything. If Qatar asked me to do it, I would do it. Okay. I already said this. It was awesome when they gave Donald Trump the $400 million jet.
We love that.
Yeah, I was on board. Okay. If they are, dude. Oh, I brought this point up because Andrew Cuomo has been going crazy over your boy. And by that, I don't mean Zohran Mamdani. I'm talking about myself. He's been talking about me every day.
Yeah, it is sort of like, is that his next thing?
I just
is he going to kick after this?
I don't. He's a drama. He found out that there's a robust market for being a drama slop tuber.
That would be a great career. Okay,
it's like,
okay, everyone. So there's some really cringe news to that.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy because he talks about me like fucking Ethan Klein or some shit. You know what I mean? Where it's just I suspect that he must have some kind of I mean, I know for a fact that he has a bunch of Hasbro guys on his team, and I assume they're the ones who are like, no, really hit this line. This is good.
Yeah.
And I can't tell if they unironically think this will hurt Zohran, or if they've just completely given up on hurting Zohran because he's gonna win, inshallah. And they're like, okay, well, let's get something out of this. Let's just try to tarnish the reputation of this other guy who we also hate.
I think you're right. I think you know that one guy who works on his campaign?
The everybody in Israel thinks I'm a gay guy.
Yeah, isn't it so fucked up how this guy's name is Zach Fox? And there's like another Zach Fox.
Yeah, the evil.
Like cool.
This is the evil Zach Fox.
I feel so bad for like the talented Zach Fox. It's like, could you imagine? Could you imagine if this guy had your name?
Let's see. Let's look at this fucking dude again. Zach Sage Fox. With the fucking. Oh God. Like, how can you look so fucking annoying in just like with the first interaction?
Okay.
Zohran Mamdani canvasser. To see
wearing ugly pearls, wasn't that like a 2020 thing?
I'm a pearl advocate, but it was a big thing. I still wear it every now and then, to be fair, but it's just not working.
Yeah,
it works with some fits. That's you from 2014. That's true. Oh God, I definitely did do this, but like in 2014.
It looks like a uniform on him, though. You know, like this is like the uniform you wear to show to like Miriam Adelson to be like, I'm young. I know what young people like.
Oh shit! Peep the canvas lead fit. Look at that. John Brown Hunting Club. That's my merch. Dispatch from the Upper East Side. Across the 5 boroughs, tens of thousands of volunteers are meeting their neighbors, building community, and winning this election one door at a time. I texted this to Will after the primaries. I was like, do we have motion? Like, what is that? Do you think do we have motion?
I mean, I agree with what Josh and Jeremy Adams said before the primary, that like this would be like a great show of strength if you know Zohran won the primary, and no one, not even Zohran's TV, like expected a blowout like that. Yeah. It is not insignificant. I don't know. After the tenure of AOC and Bernie during the Brandon Reich, I am not, I wouldn't say reticent, but there has to be some kind of mechanism to make sure that doesn't happen, or if it does, that there is some price that is paid for that.
Yeah.
But I don't think I mean, it's a totally different kettle of fish for a municipal election. I don't know. I think that electorally we're way more in the game than we would have expected a year or two ago. But I think we need to spend a little more time at the drawing board, considering the events of the Brandon Reich.
I thought you were considering the Graham Platner saga. No,
that's out of my hands.
Yeah.
Stupids are doing their own thing. It has nothing to do with. I can't affect. If I could affect what stupids do,
we need a mass line of stupids. But what I was gonna say with the Graham Platner stuff is what I realized, and maybe I'm being a little too optimistic about it, but I keep like repeating this over and over again until it sticks. In the past, the establishment Democrats could cynically weaponize identity politics, cancel culture, things of that nature to their left flank. When there was like any sort of viable candidate, they could be like, oh, this guy's racist, this guy's sexist, don't vote for him, he's not electable. And I think liberals broadly agreed with that, right?
Yeah.
And they would, of course, show none of the same considerations towards Hillary Clinton, for example, who had her own long track record of racist remarks and racist policies she advocated for, right? And I think liberals, by and large, some who might even, if they read into it, might even self-describe as like way more progressive or even socialist or whatever, right? Who just don't really care about this stuff that much and just go, I'm liberal, I'm progressive, I'm voting for the Democratic Party. Those people care first and foremost about the harm reduction narratives and the electability narratives, which has always been a major hurdle in the primary structure. And I think now with what we're seeing with the Grant Platner situation is that line of attack doesn't work for the left flank anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that can only be attributed to the waves of defeat, specifically the most humiliating one being Trump twice.
Yeah.
With the similar, we have to move to the center narratives, and the subsequent inability to address any of the things that Trump is doing has caused liberals to go, okay, fuck this. I'm down with whatever the left populist like message is. It turns out I think this is more viable.
I think that's definitely the case in like a few of these instances. The thing though is, I on one hand, it is impressive, right? Because going back to like November, December of 2024, this is such a strong position for these broadly like Bernie candidates and these big races to be in, right? But the other side of that, to me at least, is go back to November, December of 2016, or 2020 for that matter. The events from October of 2023 to November of 2024. Back in 2016, you could not describe a better scenario for like broadly at that time our type of candidate.
Yeah.
It would be the greatest way to the greatest illustration of the rot of the party, and the greatest on-ramp for our type of whatever.
Yeah.
However, because, like it or not, the elected faces of that movement married themselves so tightly to Biden and to the party, they could have ridden out into the sunset. They could have either actually started a party that is actually kind of viable, at least in congressional races, or maybe even subsume the party. I don't know. And instead, I mean, it's not the absolute worst case scenario for them, because somehow, some way, AOC and Bernie didn't really retain all of the Biden stink. But it is the bounty is just so much lower than what it could have been, out of a lack of foresight and I would say courage. And I don't know what the solution to that, like, how do you make sure that the next iteration of people you get in there have the wherewithal and the grit to do a Mélenchon and go, no, fuck you. I will be hated by this contingent of the electorate for like a year until this thing shows itself to be a farce, and then to reap the rewards.
Yeah. I mean, I think like there is no viable third party alternative as it stands now.
Yeah.
And there are too many structural hurdles to even overcome that. And like the closest you achieve to the closer you arrive at that is like what, the Green Party, I guess. And they like I'm not usually one of those guys is like they play the role of a spoiler, and I don't think that in general. I think that's not how democracy works. But like if there was a group of people that like actively tried to play the role of the spoiler, I would say it's the Greens in this country. Like it just they only come around every fucking 4 years. And they will identify like one left issue that is objectively populist, and they'll hammer it, and then they'll fuck off right after.
Yeah.
Like I think PSL is more respectable because they're always on.
Right.
Sure, they focus more on organizing, and they focus more on less on campaigning or building like a real party structure. But at least they're there.
Yeah. I mean, the Green Party is just...
There-
I generally...
There are the green ride or dies. They're literally in 80
yeah.
plus local elections, you liar. I have some of them in here.
No, there are, like, they do run in congressional races. My whole thing with the Green Party, more so, is I think it's kind of outmoded. I think it's like a posture and a mission statement that makes a lot more sense in, like, 1998 than it does now. I also say
To
the
be
same
fair,
for...
I'm not talking about the
you
UK
know,
Greens. They're kind of popping off. They're kind of...
I do not like the guy in charge there. I do not trust him.
I just interviewed him. I just got interviewed by him, and he's a big Hasan Abi head, actually.
What does he say? I mean, what does he say? I know he's addressed it, but, like, how does he explain his role in the Corbyn stuff, in the Corbyn anti-Semitism stuff?
Wait, he did do that? I didn't know that. Oh, shit. I had no idea.
I mean, it wasn't one of the main I'm not going to try to pronounce that word. But it wasn't one of the main promoters of it. But he was, like, pretty into it at the time. Granted, he wasn't, like, a huge figure, but that is reason... I mean, I get it. Like, 2018 is 7 fucking years ago.
He says he regrets it now. That's what he says. I mean, but he's had a pretty solid approach in this last election cycle, it feels like, but I don't know.
I mean, I was... one of my friends from there told me about how well they were polling in a lot of races, and that is exciting. They do have some good candidates, but just him as a guy, I would have to see more. You know, when someone says something like that, oh, I regret my mistake. Okay, well, how is your thinking or your approach to things or your immediate reaction? How has that changed so that you're not going to just fucking fall for the next one?
I do.
Because
I do think about that a lot with people that do stuff like that in general.
Yeah.
Like, are you saying that you feel bad now, but you felt strongly at the time, or have you tried to figure out exactly what caused you to fall for this? If this was like a genuine concern and not like cynical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think. I'm really not in favor of like holding things against people forever. And I've seen tons of people like legitimately, you know, really sit down and think, okay, why the fuck did I think that? And there are tons of people who I think have legitimately really undergone like a change to their thinking such that I don't think this would happen to them again in this way. With him, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it would, but I just, you know, I would have to know more about. I would have to see more, I guess.
I feel like being a Jewish anti-Zionist is so OP, especially in a place like England. I feel like London, they have like, in the UK, UK is so philo-Semitic. I feel like they just, I don't know.
I mean, it's weird though, because it's like the opposite over there, where like the vast majority of English Jews are, you know, vote conservative.
Yeah.
But proportionally, it seems to be way less of them. So I don't know. It's there. It is the one place on earth where I would say that their media is even more insane about philo-Semitism and Zionism than ours is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to beat ours, but they're pretty fucking nuts over there. I know.
I wouldn't even say Americans are like philo-Semitic. It's more so that the most like anti-Semitic people also just fucking in a weird way believe that like Jews have to be in Israel.
I don't know what else you would call it though.
Yeah,
I mean,
because it's not like a copy of the Talmud in every Korean library or some shit. Like I feel like that's more a firm commitment to the notion that like Jews are magic money people, or the Japanese philo-Semitism.
That's different. That's great. But I mean, like, what do you call it when the only, like, now functioning part of the Department of Justice's civil rights enforcement arm is for, like, you know, Hillel kids who are in Hillel.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, you know, I get it that it is, like, expressly for Zionist Jews, but I still don't, like, what do you call that if not Philo-Semitism?
Yeah.
At least in my opinion. I think it's an identifiable. That's always the thing that like bugged me about the thing people say where they go, well, you know, most Zionists in America are fucking evangelicals, and numerically, yeah, sure, but they're not. There's always a follow up where people go, who are anti-Semitic themselves. No, have you ever talked to those fucking people?
No, they do.
They think Jews are like above. Like they are the only people besides my dad who thought that would read Lord of the Rings and go, the elves are supposed to be Jews. It's the only two groups of people. My dad, I don't know why he thought that, but it was him and evangelicals who thought that was true.
No, but evangelicals are weird because they do think the Jews are the chosen sons of God, but they also will. Like, they also will literally say, like, deeply... Like, they will say shit that under normal circumstances, like, the ADL would chirp at you over. For sure. Because, like, it's... Have you watched the evangelical Christian Rapture series?
Oh, Left Behind?
Left Behind, yeah.
Yeah, but those are always, like...
Because, like, they're both simultaneously, like, powerful... And secret magic people, but they're also kind of evil.
But those are like, I mean, yeah, I guess. But those are always like, they've kind of like, I guess this isn't so much with evangelicals and it's more mainstream now, but where they go like, oh, there's like base Jews, and then there are like the Jews that like are, like, depending on the guy, are, you know, vote Democrat or want the occupation to stop. Like that Sean McGuire guy from Sequoia Capital.
Oh my God.
Like that. I guess in media it's a different story, but I mean like on an interpersonal basis and their broad perception of it. Granted, it has been a while since I've watched Left Behind. Wonderful movies.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic, but it was very like, it was weird because you look at the evildoers, and the evildoers are like Jewish United Nations.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird though because it's like, yeah, they have, like, they'll have in that broadly in that type of media, because I've seen a lot of like evangelical media, like a secular Jew will be a villain, but also like a kind of like a sort of like hick shit kicker Zionist and Israel Jew will be a hero.
Yeah.
I mean, one could argue that they have just become like Likudniks because that's the same thing those people think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I tend to think that like anti-Semitism as like a thing that like structurally impacts people's life, that is, I don't think that's really a facet of their thing that much.
A facet of their what?
Of the American evangelical.
Oh yeah.
I just don't think that's a thing at all. Though I don't know. I mean, like my meter for what I find offensive is off, because I think that Den Fujita book is, I think they should teach that in schools.
What is it? Dan Fujita?
Den Fujita, doing business the Jewish way.
Oh.
Or whatever the fuck he called that book. If I was on Ron DeSantis' Electoral Commission, I would be, assigning that in schools. I think it's a great book.
We need to. That's what it is. The real Chinese war must be done the Japanese way, where we reinstate the Jewish protectorate of Manchuria.
Yeah, in that book.
Think about if the Japanese had won. You could have been Chinese automatically.
I mean, I don't like it would be at the cost of someone else, unfortunately. But that is, I think I might have told this on stream that there were a bunch of Jews that like fled Europe in the lead up to World War II, and they wound up in Japanese administered China. And there were like a few thousand of them, and Germany obviously wanted the Japanese to send them back. And the Japanese officer in charge, he had some rapport with like a rabbi or something there, and he said, why do they hate you so much? Like, why do these Germans hate you guys so much? And the rabbi, the smartest thing anyone's ever done, said, they hate us because we're Asian. Like, he really pulled that one out of his ass. But they made it through.
It worked. What is this? Speaking of China, even Rand, the Pentagon's think tank, now says the U.S. should accept coexistence with China. As I reported this week, the U.S. is hitting real material limits in the Cold War with China and turning its attention to the regime change war in Venezuela. I feel like that's also a continuation of this, though. I suspect that in a nuclear world, it's just going to be a sequence of like endless proxy wars where one world power attacks like a non-nuclear armed nation, and then another nuclear armed nation offers material support.
It's so weird too, because it's like not just a series of proxy wars, but a series of proxy wars between like two powers that are not just like economically intertwined, but like one is the more bellicose one, significantly more bellicose one, is much more dependent on the other than the other is dependent on them. Though there still is like some interdependency. It's so fucking weird. Like that. I forget who said it, but it was some I think diplomat or journalist in China said it's people in China do not understand like the saber rattling for a country where there's such an immense volume of trade.
Yeah.
And economic.
I don't understand it either.
It's insane.
It's like
fucking
if
insane.
30% of your manufactured goods are directly coming from, if 30% of your manufactured goods are directly coming from this quote unquote foreign adversary, like what are you supposed to do? This is the major reason why you can't relitigate the Cold War like you did with the USSR. Like you just can't do it. They trade max way too fucking hard. They've become a prominent and permanent fixture in the global marketplace.
Yeah. It just, I mean, they rightly think it is the most insane thing in the world.
Yeah. It also, I guess like the way I look at it, the way I look at it is like, I say America is like stress testing the limits of xenophobia, or like a reluctance from all of the countries that are under the security umbrella of the United States, like how far they will eat it.
Yeah.
Until they go, okay, maybe we should just, have better relations, or at least try to leverage our relationship with China in the same way that like India is doing, right? Or in the same way that like all these other countries are doing. Even if they're not like completely going to cut ties with America, like what would it take? Like how much, like when Ruta comes in and says Daddy Trump, like that, doesn't that, I ask this to my European chatters all the time where I'm like, doesn't that just like hurt your soul a little bit? Like you used to be a nation. Like Europe used to dominate. European monarchies used to dominate the entire planet. And now they just have to come and genuflect and kiss the ring of one of the most sloppy, objectively stupid people on the planet.
What do they say?
No, I mean, they hate it, but they're in here, so I don't know. Some people the European liberals will always be like, well, they have to play ball. They know it's stupid, but they have to do it.
I don't get how people are still doing that, because it's like, yeah, if this administration has shown anything, it's great to make a deal with this with America.
Yeah,
especially
look at South Korea.
Yeah,
Look at South Korea when they're like, okay, we'll build facilities. I'm sorry, and then they were like, yeah, we're gonna arrest every engineer. That was one of the most insane things I've ever seen. Like, did the wires get crossed in that situation, or was Stephen Miller like, no, you don't understand. I hate Asians too. Like, it's only white only.
It's so,
white only utopia.
It's so weird. I mean, like, you would figure like absolute unmitigated catastrophe for America if even like 5 major member states of the EU, if they responded like Canadians did.
Yeah,
but
I mean, all it would take is for like maybe 1 or 2, I think, major European players to start reconsidering things. Like not Spain, but like, I mean, it would never happen, but like a Germany.
Yeah.
If it was Germany, then it's over. But like that would never happen, I don't think.
No, yeah.
Like, where is the pan-European supremacist values? Where is it? That's what I don't understand. Because I know all the far right, they fucking are dogs to America.
Oh yeah, no.
They, like every expression of fascism in the countries that literally invented fascism is now the Americanized hot dog McDonald's burger version of fascism.
Is there, like, in any of these countries, is there, like, any like, electorally relevant contingent that's, like,
Mélenchon is the only one in France, 100%.
Yeah, like, you would figure that, like, again, you'd see, like, a little bit of a repeat of Canada. Like, a little bit, somewhere. I don't know. I don't follow EU electoral politics very closely, if at all. But I'm curious if there's any indications of that.
China released the recommendation for the 15th 5-year plan 2 days ago. I think it will be good content to read. The official translation is not out yet. This is a small English bullet point of the plan. What? China said to remain global economic anchor under next. Okay, so they just hold fat. They just hold their current approach. Didn't this used to be 15-year plans? Am I crazy? Am I wrong about that? It was always 5-year plans?
You mean with China or like in
with
general?
China? I thought with China they used to do 15-year plans, and now they're doing 5-year plans. Or was it always 5?
I think you can do both.
It was always 5. Okay.
But like, can't you do both? Like you have a 5-year plan for one type of thing, and then like a 15-year plan for like, something like a broad spanning like infrastructure thing.
Turning to China isn't really a choice for here because they're both big exporters. The U.S. is a big importer. It's like 2 tops and 1 bottom. China's exports to Europe compete with Europe's manufacturing in a way that isn't desirable to them. Sure, but how does India do it then? Like there are countries that do both, and also the European market is a major importer market as well. And I do think that there is a way to leverage that relationship, regardless.
I would also just say to that chatter, wait till Turkey's currency reaches its true intrinsic value and replaces the euro and becomes then they will become like the biggest importers in the world.
Yeah. It's going to happen. I believe it. I believe in it. Erdogan.
Yeah, Erdogan, the Turkish lira and the Argentine peso are going to have a huge year, I think. There's still like a month left in the year.
Dude, you heard about the Scott Bessent like friend connection with the bailout, right? One of his homies straight up invested in the Argentinian debt and is
Paul Singer.
Yeah, and is the reason that like, I mean, I don't know, this is speculation, but like even the Financial Times was reporting on it. Saying that like he is literally the reason why they're getting not 20 but now $40 billion.
Paul Singer has been like long on Argentine debt for like 30 years or some shit. He bought the debt for pennies on a dollar. A long fucking time ago. He was a big Romney 2012 guy because Romney...
He's a big Peronist.
I mean, he must have.
He believed.
I forget who issued the debt, the original debt. I mean, it could be that old, but like he was a big Romney backer, and if Romney won in 2012, he was going to try to do something like this for Singer's benefit. It's really fucking... I mean, we talk a lot about how private equity should be illegal. Absolutely should. But, like, that strikes me as, like, a fucking insane thing to be able to do. Not the idea of buying a sovereign nation's debt, but, like, he bought sovereign debt that Argentina they'd already negotiated some level of forgiveness. They weren't going to pay that full amount. That Singer had already... He had bought all of this for like a small fraction of the original outstanding amount, and that like you can through like decades and decades of lobbying and threats and suing, you can eventually make this other country make you whole on this thing you paid, like, again, pennies on the dollar for.
Yeah, but when I buy Iraqi dinar, I get fucked.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I mean, like,
Republicans, rise up.
Why is this allowed? Like, for a guy to have an investment fund where it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we don't make any money unless we convince the American government to put in whatever amount in the tens of billions into whatever fucked up country I invested in.
Wait,
how is that allowed?
Paul Singer seized an Argentinian Navy ship over their debt? What the fuck?
There's a lot of Paul Singer. Oh, that's like their first Navy ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
You made it seem like they had like a bigger, more modern ship or something.
Hey.
This is not. Oh, they can't see it. I just realized. This is the ship, guys.
That is.
It's like the Pepsi.
Yeah.
It's like the Pepsi plant. I mean, well, even Pepsi got better stuff.
Yeah, Pepsi got much more contemporary shit.
Yeah. Way cooler shit. Dude, you could have had the fighter jet.
Yeah.
Like that one guy who almost had it. He believed.
Well, Argentina had a bunch of they had a bunch of carrier capable fighters, and then they just they couldn't afford to maintain a carrier anymore. There's all these things that are like, if I was born just a decade earlier, I could have gotten in on it.
Yeah.
It is just like, out of all the things that like should be an illegal way to make money, just like international, like, this isn't even loan sharking, because he's not even loaning money. He's not even like putting that much in.
Yeah, he's putting nothing in.
He's putting basically nothing in, and the only way that it makes money is if like, oh, my friend is in government again.
Yeah, even the Gulf nation state that purchased the Chicago meter system gave a decent, like a sizable sum so they can retain the rights for 75 fucking years. Did you know Chicago has to pay whichever Gulf fund, I think it's the Emirati one, that purchased the Chicago meters. The Chicago local government has to pay them if they do street closures.
Oh, yeah. No.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah, no. We had a really bad meter deal during the last year of Richard M. Daley's administration. And I to this day, I'm an election truther about Rahm Emanuel's election to the. I really think.
Yeah, he should have won by wider margins.
If there's ever been a fixed election besides Ohio in the 2004 presidential election,
Besides Florida.
Besides 2020, you mean? Where Joe Brandon stole it.
Yeah. No, we no matter what happened, Emmanuel was going to get in. But one of Emmanuel's selling points was, hey, yeah, you may think I'm a piece of shit, not like me, but don't you want me renegotiating the shitty meter deal that everyone hates? The meter deal, we should have seen that as a sign of things to come, because the meter deal, it was not just that it was like we were hemorrhaging money for no reason and privatizing this thing that did not need to be privatized. It also necessitated that you needed to get like this shitty card that like never worked.
It's still shitty.
Yeah, no.
I've parked in the Chicago meters, and you have to get an app now.
Yeah.
They've advanced.
There was nothing wrong with quarters.
Yeah.
Even
some have Apple Pay now.
We used to have something even worse called the Venture Card system for the CTA. This was, I should have known, in like 2008, 2009, Chicago was like, that was the petri dish of democracy for what everything in the world would be like. Everything would become privatized, more expensive, and less reliable. And necessitate like a new type of card and app that you fucking hated.
Oh, by the way, have you seen this thing? Mr. Malone? A private donor gave $130 million to the United States military so they can continue working and get paid. Hold on, where is it? Yeah, and it was Trump backer Timothy Mellon, identified as a donor of the $130 million U.S. troop pay during government shutdown.
That is, what's the mechanism for donating to the U.S. military?
It's illegal, so there is none. Like that's not. This is like quite literally one of the more illegal things that the Trump administration has done. Like this is not like a violation of the Hatch Act style thing that like everyone is over. Everyone just overrides. Like it is a psychotic precedent to set.
Yeah.
But it's also one step closer to like a Metal Gear universe or a cyberpunk one.
Oh, yeah, this is Senator Armstrong.
Yeah, this is like, it's so fucking crazy.
But it's just like, how does that work? Like how? I mean,
like, what does he get out of it? Like, it's just 130, no money. I mean, nothing in return. There's 0% chance there's nothing in return.
Right. But I just like, I'm sure the Army has bank accounts, but do they have like a main checking account? Like, how the fuck does this work?
He just sends it to the Pentagon and it just implodes. No one can find it ever again. Also, 130 bones is that much for the, like, how many days can you keep the doors open with $130 million?
I thought that too, because how many active duty enlisted do we have? Like
it's like a million.
Millions.
Yeah.
So he's a. Yeah, it's really not that much when you break it down like that. It's what, like 5 million people?
No, it's 1.5 is what someone was saying in the chat.
Yeah, that's still not good.
Yeah, what are they gonna get? Like what? They can buy a sandwich.
It's
like the aircraft carrier that they're sending to Latin America's like burn rate daily is like 10 million a day, probably, or more than that, I assume. Isn't it?
They could finance like, okay, the F-35 per flight hour.
Yeah, 1.3 million active duty military troops. He doesn't want publicity.
So $100.
Yeah.
You give everyone $100. Great.
Yeah.
Thank
it's
you.
like an Amazon voucher.
Yeah.
Yeah. The U.S. military spends $2 billion per day, so 130 million can run it for 1 hour only.
Yeah. An F-35, a flight hour is around $50,000, let's say. In a work week, you have 8 hours, 56 hours. Yeah, he could. He could keep like one squadron of F-35s flying.
Like,
for like
what's really frustrating about guys like this is like, if you were to create a tax initiative that required him to pay 130 extra million dollars, he would kill you.
Yeah,
Like he would drone strike. He would hire the Pinkertons to kill you at your house.
If like Ron Wyden was like, okay, everyone, sorry for raising my voice, but I'm gonna raise the marginal tax rate at 0.075% so we can pay for a new Fox conservatory or some bullshit. He would you would wake up in the middle of the night with the words, Ron Wyden is a pedophile, kill him, flashing in your mind. He would invent like a brainwave. He would give you Havana syndrome until someone kidnapped him.
Yeah. I just don't understand. Yeah, like a QAnon guy who's like, "Oh, I just realized he was the one. He was the one I had."
Message, Mr. Mellon.
Yeah, they would find another. Yeah, they would find another. What's his face? The one that shot Trump's ear.
Yeah. Another Thomas Crooks. Yeah.
Another Thomas Crooks. Indecipherable politics. We found this guy with no social media footprint, and he was a real Graham Platner situation.
Yeah. We found this guy who donated to Jim Webb in 2016, even though he was 9 years old. Fucking Paul Nealon. He volunteered for Paul Nealon in Wisconsin.
And he just happened to be the guy who assassinated Ron Wyden.
Yeah.
Oh man. See, that's like that's where the intelligence community is at its best. They know their guys. They got their guys.
The Crooks thing is so weird to me because I don't think it's weird for someone to not really have a footprint, or at least not to have like an account with photos of themselves on it, right?
Yeah.
I think that we there are a lot of conspiracy guys who make videos I like, but they often, especially younger people, fall on this a lot, where they're like, "Oh, what are the odds that it's someone who doesn't have pictures of themselves on there?" So it's
my favorite
pretty
was
good.
He was in like one of those like BlackRock commercials or something. Have you?
Oh
ever seen
yeah.
Where they're like, "What is happening?" Yeah, dude, BlackRock activated him.
I get like.
But they released the clues early on ahead of time.
I am so there are some days where I wake up and I'm like, yeah, it was totally staged just because I want to say that day. But what the evidence I do have about Thomas Crooks, it is the stuff he did in his alleged life. It is like authentic stupid guy stuff.
For me,
you know, like just a confused dummy. I think, I said this recently, but you know what the number one mark of an idiot is? A true American stupid. And you're going to see Graham Platner do this. And this is why I'm not sure about Thomas Crooks. The number one thing that a stupid does in America is rent cars for no reason. There's a year till the primary. Graham Platner, he's going to spend $10 million renting cars for no reason. I've known all types of stupid, idiot families from all over. This is something everyone always did.
He's gonna rent a bunch of cars.
Yeah, and the fact that Thomas Crooks didn't rent cars, that's the only thing that makes me think, maybe he was a made up guy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Yeah,
dude. I was talking to. This journalist who was profiling me, and she didn't even realize that like the Charlie Kirk was killed by Israel thing is so poppin' amongst the normies.
Yeah,
like such a very significant chunk of Americans genuinely believe Israel assassinated Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, it's like. What do you think about that? Because I've heard theories that basically that Netanyahu knew what it looks like to do the King Vaughn thing of actually me and Duck made up behind the scenes. That he knew that it makes him look incredibly culpable, and he did it to make people more insane or something.
No.
I think
I don't know. I don't know why he just kept saying over and over again, I did not kill Charlie Kirk. it was.
very
Are they
odd.
that? Maybe they dropped the ball that much on propaganda after fucking the past 40 years of guardrails that they had, that they just literally could not comprehend that the last remaining block of like loyal Israel fans could potentially turn on them because they killed Trump's favorite podcaster, who he doesn't even give a shit about, really.
Like so the rationale they give for Israel killing Charlie Kirk, the more like straightforward explanation I've heard is he was turning on Israel, when in reality it was just like okay, like my job is to connect with like youngish voters, and this is the thing that all young voters hate. And like the idea that he was having like a come to Jesus moment is fucking hysterical.
It's particularly annoying because I was about to debate him on this issue. Like, I was literally, that was my main point of like, okay, you know, you say America first, like, but look at what fucking Trump is doing with Israel, and you know that your fans also don't fuck with Israel any longer. How do you square that circle was gonna be my primary argument. And the fact that people were like, no, you don't understand. Like the guy who said Muslims are a sword to the neck of America, Islam is a sword to the neck of America last week, and was making like gays will get thrown off roofs jokes about Hamas. But I guess there's no more roofs anymore in Gaza.
Literally,
like that guy was
laughing at images of like the site of the worst mass killing of the last like 20 years.
Yeah, like that guy was any day now. He's gonna turn. I mean, I didn't say too much because why look a gift horse in the mouth, right? Everyone. They couldn't even do messaging discipline on the Trantifa stuff.
Right. Because
of the Israel thing and because of Kash Patel being such a fucking incompetent moron. So I was like, I'm not going to lean into this too much. Let's take a look at what Candace has to say today.
That was... So, okay. Do you know the messages that got put out where he's like, I can't believe this. They're gonna not give me $2 million because I'm gonna have Tucker there.
Yeah. And
those were confirmed as real, by the way. But those messages were so funny to me because it was like it's such a good like Rorschach test for people who are just like predisposed towards either deciding that they liked him seconds after his death or are running with this like kind of like Trump is trying to fucking make America great, but Israel, his enemy, is stopping him.
Yeah.
For those people, it was like, look, he was turning against them. When in reality, it's like, this is the most like morally compromised scumbag. He's exactly as much of a fucking scumbag as the guy threatening to withhold $2 million from him.
Dude,
they're both gigantic,
I know.
Like fucking
the
most transactional, immoral people.
I cannot understand how those private correspondences do not reveal a public anti-Israel turn at all.
Yeah.
Because Charlie had hammered on the Epstein stuff as well. Also, another Israeli connected conversation there. And we know exactly what happened when he got the boss call. He said it. He was like, I'm done talking about the Epstein stuff.
Yeah.
Like he just straight up said it. So obviously it doesn't matter what his personal opinions were. And I don't even think his personal opinions were anti-Israel at all. I think he was just annoyed at how fucking arrogant and entitled every ultra-Zionist donor is.
Yeah.
When they're like, what do you mean you're going to have Tucker Carlson on your fucking podium? That you can't do that. We're giving you money. Don't you remember, who your daddy is? Like, that's it. It's like Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton talking about how Benjamin Netanyahu is a piece of shit, saying, who the fuck do you think the superpower is here? And then also gladly doing everything for Israel.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like, if you have a, like, deeply held principle, it's not like, oh, can you believe they're making me violate this for $2 million?
Yeah.
Then that's not a very deeply held principle.
Yeah. It's not. He only had Tucker Carlson on because he recognized that Tucker Carlson was a populist force, and he also recognized that, like, in order to keep this coalition together, you have to fucking at least, like, allow people to let out their frustrations about Israel to a certain degree.
Yeah. No, I still, though. I mean, like, back to just how weird Israel was after that. I mean, like, the simplest explanation, right, is Netanyahu is what, like 79?
Yeah, he looks very young for his age.
I mean, I think he's a proponent of the William Shatner system.
He's adrenochrome. He's got
Well, yeah,
he's got the untapped adrenochrome.
No, I think he does the Shatner thing of, well, obviously adrenochrome, obviously filler, but also gaining like 7 pounds every year you age past 75.
Oh yeah, you fill in the wrinkles.
That's a great trick.
That
That's
is
a
actually good.
Genius
You're right.
trick. Shatner was like 109 years old on fucking Boston Legal. He didn't look a day over 62.
That's actually smart. I never thought about that.
It's a good move.
Yeah. You got the Shlomo Borowitz call? What does that mean? I don't know what that is.
I hope there isn't a real guy named Shlomo Borowitz.
There's probably
I would tell him
is.
to change
there's
his name. There's Shlomo Vile.
Yeah, there's Shlomo Vile.
Or Vile Shlomo.
My goat.
Vile Shlomo is worse because it's like a Bloodborne boss. No, I fought Vile Shlomo before the Blood Moon.
The Japanese would never do that.
No.
They would never commit such an egregious act of anti-Semitism.
I wonder if there's like a secret like good ending to Bloodborne where you like convert to Judaism. Maybe.
Yeah, Tony DeCoppel. Yeah. But yeah, Timothy Mellon has purchased the American military. That's awesome for approximately an hour.
An hour of operation. Can you believe, like, the Mellons they've been doing this since like the beginning.
Yeah.
Like can you there are some families that have like they've been trucking forever. Yeah, I almost like I love finance history. I think it's really interesting. I like all those Ron Chernow books, like the Warburgs and shit. I wish there was less like kooky stuff about the Rothschilds, because like the real history is actually really interesting. Is it like the idea of they've been doing this for like 500 years, but the Mellons, they have pretty much been paying for the 1 hour of military operation since like the dawn of America.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's look at this. The Pentagon receives a $130 million donation.
Down,
Maybe
heading
it'll explain it
into
a
day
little bit better.
25, there's no end to
You can pause it if
finding
you
a
want.
stalemate. In the meantime, the impact is being felt in a growing number of ways, including by those who rely on extra help to make ends meet. Erica Brown has more details from Capitol Hill.
In Southern California, the National Guard is lending a hand at food banks as the government shutdown threatens to delay benefits for families in need.
With the government shutdown, we expect to see a delay in food benefits to over 5 million Californians. And that...
All right, I'm sorry. I've gone back to watching SVU again. This is not the culprit in an SVU, but this is like, I would say Guy Who Finds the Body. Like season 14 about, like he's having a conversation with like a young, like a 14-year-old like shitty kid who's like, I don't want to volunteer, it's stupid. And this guy's like, come on, Timothy, if you volunteer, your dad will fucking let you play Xbox. And then they wander into a bloody corpse, and then credits, and then it's this guy talking to Benson, and Benson going, well, that's the most decapitated mom I've ever seen, He really looks like a good Samaritan, is what I'm saying.
Food that families and kids rely on and resources that they need.
With the stalemate now in its fourth week, the impact on Americans is growing.
The shutdown.
Flights get canceled. takes a while to get through TSA. It's kind of stressful.
Staffing shortages among air traffic controllers during the ongoing funding standoff here on Capitol Hill has caused flight delays and some cancellations at airports nationwide.
They're great American patriots who come to work every single day knowing
looks like
that they
he
don't
wants
have
to
a
kill
paycheck.
himself. Yeah. He looks
into the bank account.
That has to be the most yelled at man in
services.
America right now, right?
Yeah.
Duffy. Like, he is.
Another.
You thought Pete looked miserable.
Another reality TV guy.
Oh, that's right. He was on The Real World.
Bro, isn't it? Dude, what the fuck is this admin, man? It is kind of crazy. It's just.
To the American economy.
Aren't there multiple Real World alumni?
In the admin, I don't know, but it's just they're all like TV guys, every single one of them. Maryland is a pro drilling guy, and recent expansion of oil exploration at Anwar is likely due to his part in his influence. Beyond that, Maryland is the primary force behind the left-right convergence strategy that brought us RFK Tulsi Trump axis, which is aligned with Russia. What?
Well, whatever. We're doing Anwar. Trump is. He's Brandon, but he's also a shrub. No one has ever been a group like a composed of more Brandon. And
Wait, Mellon is obsessed with Amelia Earhart? No.
Okay.
Wait. I know someone.
Okay.
I know a major donor is the reason why the Amelia Earhart files
Makes
were
sense.
released, but I didn't realize it was Mellon. I thought it was like her family or something. I thought it was her family.
Does Amelia Earhart is her family still like ticking?
I don't know. I just assumed that it. I assumed that absolutely zero fucking people would give a shit about Amelia Earhart other than her extended family.
This guy, Timothy Melton, probably dated her.
Yeah.
This makes so much sense. I like George Conway. Easy to make fun of, right? But he's not. I don't consider him like a crazy liar. Like I don't see him as like a Lev Parnas type.
Right, he funded an expedition to find Amelia Earhart's plane. Mods banned him for pushing crazy theories about it. Then he sued. He's a poster. He wrote hundreds of posts over many months, some with annotated screenshots of the ocean floor, where he claimed to see the airplane wreckage, personal effects, and eventually bodies. Others tried to explain that he was only seeing rocks and coral, but Mr. Mellon insisted he could discern items he had missed: a banjo, a severed hand, even a severed hand. Amelia Earhart's severed hand.
Like it would still be that, like it would be at the bottom of the ocean, perfectly preserved after 75 fucking years.
Yeah.
Where was he banned from?
It was apparent, he said, that the heads of Earhart and her navigator were encased in cellophane bags connected by a hose to a nitrogen tank, and they had committed suicide. Mr. Gillespie, fielding complaints from members about Mr. Mellon's outlandish ideas, eventually limited his forum privileges. Mr. Mellon sued, claiming his $1 million gift had been unnecessary because the expedition team had already had video evidence of Earhart's plane, but did not act on it.
Wait, what forum?
I need to know what
was this
forum.
an Amelia Earhart forum?
Let's see.
Yep.
An online forum for Amelia Earhart researchers. What? That's a thing?
Yeah, I mean, there used to be all types of forums. You know, between doing this and doing Foxcatcher, this isn't as bad. I guess.
Oh my God. Amelia Earhart does numbers in conspiracy circuits. Why?
Yeah, can I just take it? Amelia Earhart type mysteries, my least favorite type of mystery. I get recommended a lot of like the scariest murders ever type videos, and I love them. But this is the kind I hate. Oh my, what happened to her? I don't know. She crashed into the fucking ocean.
Yeah, like what?
I hate that when people are like, 10 hikers that no one knows what happened to them. Oh, you mean like the mysterious thing that never happens? Like a hiker getting fucking attacked by a bear or something?
Yeah.
Running out of water? Seems like a pretty unsolved mystery to me.
Oh, did you see this? The White House major events timeline? I kind of like it, but also it's just so, like, these are all, it annoys me because the people that are putting this stuff together are LARPing. Like, this is not, they're not real. Like, these are people with, like, Yale, they graduated from Yale, they went to Harvard, you know what I mean? They're libtards. And they're trying to be like, they're trying to do stuff that would be appealing to the to the masses, to the MAGA base?
I think it's all one guy that the guy who runs the White House account.
Oh, the Asian guy, Stephen
Oh
Chung?
no, not him.
That's my favorite. Have you seen him?
He looks awesome.
He's so sick.
That was when I was at my fattest. I looked like
dude.
Stephen
He
Chung.
is so like perfectly triangular. Like I don't know. Like his body just keeps expanding.
Oh no, he's.
It's awesome. I love him. He looks like one of the fish in SpongeBob.
Think about like how resilient you have to be to like look like that and then like work directly under Trump.
Yeah.
He must be a letting
performer.
He's letting you know.
Because he always like he has the fucking rotund fat underbelly.
Yeah.
And you can't like stuff your shirt into your pants. And then his legs are like weirdly skinny in the way that it looks. So like I imagine him like walking in. And it's like you can see his undershirt just like protruding from his like shirt that he tried to tuck in haphazardly and it didn't take the whole way. And Trump looks at him and was like disgusting.
He had the exact type of body that you can only get through like severe just being completely inert for years at a time.
Yes, this is what he looks like. Exactly. He's so perfect.
I was talking about Kalen Dorr though.
Oh, I don't know that. His face looks the same upside down. What the fuck? Who thought of that? That's crazy.
I mean, they're right. Kalen Dorr, though, he's sort of like a BuzzFeed. He's like, if BuzzFeed Benny is Qui-Gon Jinn, he's the Obi-Wan, I would say.
I don't know who that one is. You know who I love, though? There's another crazy freak. He's like Laura Loomer's second in command. He just looks like sickly. He looks diseased and so skinny. He kind of looks like a busted what's his name? The guy from the How Do You Do Fellow Kids meme.
Oh, Buscemi?
Yeah, he looks like a busted Steve Buscemi.
Wait, it's not Gateway Pundit, is it?
Or is he not? Is he not Laura Loomer's guy? I think.
I know Laura Loomer used to work for Gateway Pundit.
It could be. It could be Gateway Pundit guy.
Gateway Pundit is like old though.
Yeah, they got washed because like they were too ahead of the game.
Yeah, Gateway Pundit was one of the first guys to get banned from like everywhere.
Yeah,
and he's also like one of the funniest jokes I've ever read. He was a big T-Cut guy, and his bio was so funny. It was like, heart attack survivor, melanoma, blind in one eye, fucking hit by, a tree fell on me. And I forget who said it. I think it was Dan Sullivan said, God has been trying to kill this guy and he's just ignoring the hints.
Oh, this is the guy, Charles Downs.
Oh, yeah. No, I know who this is. He's like,
yeah. He is so strange looking.
How's it going, everyone?
And he sounds so weird.
How's it going, everyone?
And it's like, I feel like he doesn't like walk. He just kind of like, he does that like Russian dance maneuver where they just like glide. I feel like he just glides everywhere. He's like,
the moment that like Loomer leaves his office, it's like, okay,
Yeah, Loomer Unleashed. See, yeah, holding globalists accountable. Loomer Unleashed. Also, what do you mean holding globalists accountable and then at Loomer Unleashed? Yeah. Isn't like when they said globalists, they meant Jews, right? Like I thought that's what it was.
That is the
like
funniest thing of like Loomer trying to thread that needle. Like, do you remember when her like being elevated to like real person status is so funny to me? Because
yeah,
she used to be like the most widely like mocked woman in existence.
Yeah, no, she won.
Other right-wing people hated her. But Charles Downs is like a real skinwalker.
Well, the media's gonna act like there was some major anti-Trump protest.
No, it's fucking.
Well,
can you do sign language or something, Charles? Jesus.
No, I've never seen someone so hurt. Like everything about it looks wrong, man. You sound wrong, you look wrong. But yeah, no.
This is how I feel like I sound when I message someone first on like Riot or something.
Hey, how's it going?
So yeah, he's.
Yeah, he does. He E33 Lune glides everywhere. That's what it is. He's gliding.
Buses,
Look.
like right behind. That will show that a lot of the anti-Trump protesters in D.C. were literally busted. You know, it's really funny.
Does he have like lockjaw?
I don't know why. Okay, was I wrong when I say he looks like a busted Steve Buscemi though? He's punished Buscemi.
He's like, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't know. It's like, don't these guys have so much money that they can, like, I don't know, hire better people for this job? But I guess like the more television ready version of this is just like the Xavier guy.
Yeah.
Who's like so flashy.
I love him. He's so funny.
And that's the T. That's the T on Israel, sis.
Israel is cunty, y'all.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I love that.
We in the Knesset, hunty. he's what a goofball.
Oh.
Like he said some of the worst things I've ever heard, but I can never like. He's just such a throwback, you know, to like 2016 Trump when it's like we have all the cool gay guys.
Yeah.
We're actually the gayer party.
They were though. They really were. Trump. People forget Donald Trump literally was pro-trans.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, he was pro-trans in 2016. It's so crazy. It feels like a lifetime ago.
That was one of the things that Ken Cuccinelli like hated about him. Before Ken Cuccinelli ended up working for his fucking DHS.
I mean, pure domination, utter domination on every aspect. Oh, speaking of domination, 88-year-old Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton is suffering from dementia, says police report filed after she was allegedly scammed out of $4,400.
Oh my god! Like, is Virginia Fox? That's the one who like she leaves urine stains everywhere.
What?
Have you ever? No, this is a real thing with like very old people. Very old.
That's crazy.
Very old people, and I'm talking like past 90, sometimes past 95. They like
they let a little bit of it out.
Yeah, well,
everywhere they go.
I mean, when we say things break down in the body, like they literally like they cannot hold. They either can't hold urine in, or they'll fall to the floor and not be able to get up. They won't be able to make it to the bathroom. Like living past like a certain point is like torture. And apparently Virginia Fox, I think she's one of those 90-year-olds. Her office just fucking stinks like urine. They say, which not surprising. You need full-time care.
Maybe she has a piss kink.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought we were past that, Felix. We were not.
That's
a fetish, sweetie.
I always like to. My favorite thing to gross people out was when I would say that Dianne Feinstein that she made a sex tape with John Morant.
With John Morant?
Yeah. I don't know why John Morant. It was just like the idea of those two. Like, how would they meet? It was just so funny to me. But maybe
it was a meet cute.
She's passed on, and now so John Morant is now dating Virginia Fox. They're doing piss play.
Yeah.
I hope John Morant never finds out I said that. That would be awful.
Oh, you fucked up. This is how he finds out. Ay.
What if I just accidentally guessed right? It's like, how did you know?
When I see stuff like this, I'm like, who cares about like the Grant Platner stuff? Yeah, it's ridiculous, but also like this is also ridiculous.
Yeah.
And this is a direct vote, pro-Israel vote, usually every single time.
It's like, how do like none of the staffers, like none of them are willing to come out and be like, hey, so we're doing something really fucked up that I don't feel right about. Like none of them do that.
Well, they are Democrat Party staffers, so.
But all of them do that. Like Virginia Fox is a Republican. Like they all fucking do it. That is one of the reasons I am in favor of anyone who abuses their staffers. I endorse Katie Porter.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Did you read that thing about how she like attacked her husband?
Dumped mashed potato, boiled mashed potatoes on her husband's head.
When I read that, it was like, what are you, the fucking Lockhorns?
I don't understand like why. I don't understand what happened there. Like, why is she like that? I just don't get it. I also will say I would fully endorse her and not give a shit about any of that if she was like pro Medicare for all, fuck Israel.
Oh, yeah.
I don't give a fuck about none of that.
No.
If she came out and was like beating the doors off of her staffers, but then also was like, and this is how I want to deal with Israel, I'd be like,
yeah,
go right ahead, ma'am.
I really do not care what happens to congressional staffers. I really, like, short of, like, you know, Fetterman trying to kill them in a car accident, I don't think you should do that. Mm-hmm. But I really, like, I have met a lot of those people. Some of them are nice. The ones that are nice usually don't end up working for Katie Porter's. But even then, it's like, what the fuck there were people trying to do a union drive for, like, like congressional staff at one point, and it was like, what are we fucking doing here? Next, we're going to unionize SEAL Team 6.
Oh, they don't need it. They got Mellon. They got Mellon backing them up. Mellon's on it. Dude, who wouldn't want to be Big Boss? Think about it. You get to be Big Boss for an hour. You get to be Big Boss for the day.
How much did you build out Mother Base in Phantom Pen?
Oh, not that much.
My last go around, I ended up like going full obsessive like I did with it a few years back. I bought every FOB I could, almost totally maxed it out. I think the economy in the game is like off whack, but like in 1984, how much would it cost to like operate Mother Base for a year with like 2 FOBs?
I think it probably would be at least a bill.
In 1984?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, no, more. I mean, it's definitely more than 130 million.
I honestly think in 1984 you could do it for 130 million.
Really?
If it's already like built, yeah.
What was the entire military's cost in 1984?
A lot, but like not
what it is now, but
probably like a small fraction of what I would. It's been a long time since I read that Jim Wright book, and that one takes place in the late 80s. So, I'm gonna go 200. 200 for 1984.
Hold on, Noah's texting me. Oh man. 800 billion, 239 billion.
Knew it. I'm going to the bathroom real quick.
Curious Adam isn't here, hiding since he told Cuomo about you. Yo, that's why fucking Cuomo's constantly up my ass, bro. That's the millennial Jon Stewart is trying to take out the millennial Joe Rogan, the Joe Rogan of the left. That's what it is. It's turf war. He keeps getting good media placements, and he hates that when the spotlight is on me. That's what it is. My dog in the fight, Zohran Mamdani, restoring the Islamic Caliphate, making New York the capital. His dog in the fight is losing. Think about it. He had Chris Murphy on a show. Wonder why he still hasn't. You know, Adam still hasn't endorsed Zohran. I didn't even realize. I'm gonna text him right now. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. You still haven't endorsed Zohran. His endorsement would be a real game changer. Yeah, he's waiting for Schumer. He's waiting. Oh my God, he's after Hakeem. No matter what happens, he will always be past Hakeem Jeffries' endorsement. Think about that. Waiting for the boss call from Chuck. Cool Adam got fucking Chris Murphy on for an hour. What senator have you got on for more than 15 minutes? You watched Cool Adam Rises. I'm pretty sure I could get Chris Murphy for as long as I want to have him on my show. You'll gather at a show after canvassing the day before the primary and still didn't endorse. That's true. He can't hide it anymore. Honestly, Zohran could do a double appearance with you on CNN or something and you could tackle the Islamophobia thing together. Yeah, you're crazy. 79.4K one day. Early day voting is 4X as 2021 for day one. 79,000 day one, 15,000 last election. This spry young lady definitely doesn't look like she pisses herself. That's why I said it's a piss kink. Yeah, it's not incontinence, it's piss kink. I'm telling you what it is. Female version of cash. Latest delusion dropped in New York City. Oh, this was awesome. This is a I gotta wait for Felix on this one. I saw this. Yeah, but it would hit the lines Cuomo put forward twice. Oh, he said he did. On your show, dumbass. Wait, that doesn't count. That's what he's saying. Adam is saying he endorsed them on my show.
He endorsed Zohran or Cuomo?
I said, you still haven't endorsed Zohran. He sent me a question mark. I said, wait, have you? He said, I did. I said, oh, on your show, dumbass. I said, wait, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. That's like that.
Well, I mean, like for him, you know, like he endorsed Cuomo on Newsnight.
I'm telling you, he's I think he's waiting for the boss call from Chuck Schumer. And no matter what happens, he will be a later endorsement than Hakeem Jeffries. He did on Twitter. That doesn't count either. That does not count either. Felix took this thread seriously. Oh, the anti-Semitism. Red handprints and footprints can have anti-Semitic connotations. Bit of an odd ongoing situation on the Upper West Side. People keep emailing that a popular bar has been defaced with anti-Semitic graffiti, but the business has repeatedly clarified it's just their Halloween decorations.
Well, if this guy's joking, it's a great gag. I don't think I fell for anything. That's the thing about posting a seal photo. You can't prove that I either fell for it or didn't fall for it. I just posted Kroshik at his laptop.
Did you see this one? Oh, he was gay? What is this? Oh, Charlie Kirk, 2018 was such a ride.
Yeah, I'm talking about Monster.
Yeah, Charlie went from knowing the difference between Jay-Z and Kanye to texting me like this on his daily runs. Everyone in politics was fake and gay, but at least we had hip-hop. Oh my God, Nicki's verse on that is the best. First thing first, I eat your brains. Yes. Oh my God, this makes me so happy. Sasquatch, Godzilla, King Kong, Loch Ness, Goblin, Ghoul, a zombie with no conscience. When Nicki drops, I lose my mind. What?
Did you have the same reaction I did when you saw that like photo collage? That made me sadder than anything.
Oh yes, that
really made me sad.
That was the only Candace Owens was the only person who truly mourned Charlie Kirk.
Oh my God,
more than even Erica Kirk.
Yeah,
like it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. It was like very clearly like they had a friendship.
They really did.
They had a real work-wife situation, I think.
They like, do you know how rare it is for people in Con Inc. to like become friends. Like they really enjoyed each other's company.
He's hitting the sassy non-binary emoji too.
Why is he using that?
And it's like, it's like melanated too. It's not even like the white one.
Yeah.
Like, who is that? Who is that supposed to be? Is that him? Is that them? What's happening?
Like the pictures where he's like sticking his
that emoji was a little dark. Who was he feeling like? No, really.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like, why did he choose that one? Because you pressed on it hard and you purposely selected that one.
I've seen thousands of images of Charlie Kirk and videos. I've never seen him look as happy as he does, as happy and comfortable as he does in those
around
pictures of
Candace Owens when he's like when they're queening out. No, but it's like, well, there was one I saw someone quote retweet this with like him reacting to Brat, and it's funny because it's like him reacting to Brat is like you can kind of tell like he gets it, but then he has to like turn it back on.
Yeah.
But it's just, that's got to be the shittiest life to lead, man.
Yeah, I don't even think he was gay.
No,
I don't think he was gay. He was just like a queenie straight guy.
Yeah. No, I wasn't implying he was gay at all. I'm just saying I'm just saying that like you can't even enjoy shit.
Oh yeah,
because of the audience expectation. Like the audience capture is so severe. Yeah, you can't tell me he wasn't gay. Yeah, he's like
choking it down. Oh, I hate this.
God.
Oh no,
it's like it's like Ned Flanders. No.
I wish I was listening to Five Finger Death Punch. I hate this.
Yeah, no, Jelly Roll. Put Jelly Roll on. Wash this down real quick.
He closes his eyes. He's like, "Remember, Charlie, you're on air."
Okay, let's play cuff. 46.
It's fucking. Oh man,
you can see the light come on for a brief moment, and he's just like, man, I wish I could just like dance to this.
Him and conservative politics ruined their life. Both of them. Him and Candace, they were supposed to work together in like a real estate firm. They were supposed to be real estate agents.
Yeah, work wife.
Yeah. They were supposed to be real estate agents together. Charlie is like the friend at work that Candace's husband like thinks might be gay, but isn't quite sure. But there actually isn't anything going on. They're just really good friends. They queen out together. They would have never talked about like the death tax, all this shit.
Yeah. Or how scared he is when he sees a black pilot.
Yeah.
Like that's not, you're not a real person, brother. I'm sorry. Like that's not, I don't know. I'm sure there's some people who are that racist, but like when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, this has to be a lie.
Yeah.
Like, are you a child? Like, do you have a child's brain where you're like, oh yeah, when I see a black pilot, come on, who amongst us?
When you see a black pilot,
who amongst us is go, oh, I hope the plane doesn't fall down.
After you see a black pilot, like, how much are you so afraid that you need to take like an hour before you can listen to Monster again?
Yeah.
Like what is the time gap between those two activities?
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. This is making me sad. Why couldn't it have been Crowder? At least he was always in several.
Yeah. No, I mean, I condemn.
No, I mean
anything bad that has happened to anyone.
Yes,
ever.
yes. I do too.
But Charlie would never poison anyone with dog medicine.
That's true.
There's no accusations of him saying.
Oh, you saw this? Dude, he's God. Curtis Sliwa, man. He is. I saw someone was saying like he's like the perfect like puppet oppositional leader. Like that's the guy.
Oh yeah.
In the one party system, in the one party socialist communist system that we design in America, Curtis Sliwa can be the puppet Republican leadership.
Well, my preferred guy for that role has always been Clay Higgins.
Oh yes,
I love Clay Higgins, but Curtis is like
he can be there.
He's
too.
just like a bit more likable than he
can be there. They can infight. so that they don't actually build a robust movement ever.
That's a perfect infight because Clay Higgins is more of like the rural shit kicker type, and he's like the urban Republican.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
They both want to brutalize minorities.
Yeah. The Clay Higgins video at Auschwitz is
the best.
The funniest video ever.
This
recorded.
is why we need to fund the Department of Homeland Security.
I love when it just starts in his stupid big ass head, and he's like, "Could be train tracks anywhere, but these ones at Auschwitz." It's like, what a stupid thought. Like, oh, I bet you think these are normal train tracks not leading to a death camp. Well, you'd be wrong.
Yeah, he's so dope. Curtis Sliwa, hello Hasan. There's a non-zero chance that this is actually this could be him.
I could see. I mean, like, his wife is an elder millennial. I think she's like fairly tapped in.
Bro, have you seen this was like supposed to be this big banger opera.
Oh yeah.
Where it turns out his wife was like calling Israelis animals for bombing civilians.
Yeah, one of those like really pathetic like fourth rate Hezbollah guys was hyping that up, and it was like, this is it.
Yeah, it was that she posted. I mean, it was shocking because she did post a Noam Chomsky video talking about how it was the apartheid on like October 11, 2023.
Yeah.
Which is kind of boss mode when you think about it. Because like there is no one even remote, like a Democrat politician, no matter how progressive they are, if they had a significant other post that, they would have had to sacrifice their husband or wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They would have to be like, I'm sorry, I have to kill you.
We're doing internal exile. I forget what the deal with this wife is. One of his wives, I think the one before this one, I saw her this was like a big clip on the Ron Paul internet many years ago of Ron Paul on the Morton Downey Jr. show arguing against the war on drugs. And he's arguing against like, I think his first or second wife. And she's obviously like, no, we got to clean up all the drugs because it's in like 1988. She, in that episode, some like fat guy starts yelling at Ron Paul. And he's like, I don't see why we have to give up. And Ron Paul goes, well, you're pretty fat. What if the government told you to stop eating? The crowd just boos him. But that wife was like more normal Republican when he was at like the peak of his fame. I don't know where he found this one. Does anyone ever explain their what circumstances they met under?
Who? Curtis Sliwa and his latest wife?
Yeah.
Because his former wife, because I don't know if his current wife is Jewish, but his former wife was, and he used to talk about that when there were some anti-Semitism allegations coming his way as well for saying that like Hasidic Jews should learn how to read and write.
We all kind of think that.
That's like one of the only. Yeah. He is one of the only figures in New York politics that I've actually heard say those words.
Yeah, people get so mad at you when you're like, I think this is like fucked up to do to children. One guy yelled at me and Brace for like being kind of glib about it. This was during 2020, so I might have said something crazy and I just don't remember.
It was also peak woke though.
I did get yelled.
2020 is peak woke.
One of the biggest me getting yelled at episodes ever was me making fun of the we have to address anti-Semitism on the left thing in like 2019. But we were me and Brace were talking about once, and one of these guys who is just really into that type of identity politics were like, oh yeah, well, you know why they are illiterate and dress so stupidly? Because they experienced the Holocaust. And it's like, yep, they're the only ones. Yeah, you got it, man. I just like every other religious group of people who can like take part in the secular world. Like I'm not religious, but, you know, there are Mormons who, they don't drink soda, they don't want to outlaw soda, but they think that the guys who, like, went to Mexico so they could marry a bunch of 14-year-olds, they think those guys are...
Mitt Romney's dad,
Yeah.
George Romney.
They think those guys are crazy. They'll say it. They're you know, millions and millions of...
Or, like, even the Amish.
Yeah. Or like every group is like, yeah, I think this extremely like cloistered, insanely hierarchical, child abuse fucking ring is bad. I think that children should be taught how to read, etc., etc. Why is this the only one where it's like I'm an asshole for saying it? I mean, I guess they all have their defenders, but this is the only one where it's like, you are like invalidating the Holocaust if you say this. How am I doing that?
I would rather people do that for that than to be like, no, Israel gets to be an apartheid state.
But between the two.
Yeah.
Between
if there were
the
the
two.
two options, I'd be like, okay, you can have this. This is fine.
Yeah.
The other is ridiculous. Even more ridiculous.
I think if you're, I don't think like that the federal government should go in there and like be like, oh, they like here wear normal clothes, like make them like, you know, put on FUBU jerseys at gunpoint. I don't think that. I don't even think.
I'm trying to imagine what that would look like.
You know, it would be like the Elian Gonzalez photo, but he's like holding a FUBU jersey. It's like, put this on. I don't know why they're doing that. I don't know why they chose FUBU, but they did. It's the Platner administration.
It's like the big, it's the Platner administration. Yeah, we found out the Totenkopf was real. He knew what it was actually, but he has a very specific type of anti-Semitic tendency.
We're going to a new camp I invented called the Fat Farm.
Yeah, he's like, no, we got to make the Jews have drip.
Drip from 40 years ago.
Yeah, Echo Unlimited.
Making all like if you're a rabbi, you get to wear a Davucci jacket. All this bullshit from like 1999.
Yeah, you can keep the hats; those are cool. Yeah. I want one too for myself.
One of my best friends in high school, he had a Davucci jacket, and this is the funniest jacket I've ever seen in my entire life. It had the last scene of Scarface sewed into the back.
Oh, that's amazing!
It was so fun,
bro. I had the Echo Unlimited like dragon that just like crawled out of my ass. That's the one I had. I love those fucking pants, man. They were so cool. And I was doing this in Turkey, mind you, where there's no black culture was coming to Turkey, I would say like 10 years after the fact at that time. You know, this is when I was growing up, we still didn't get like the Harry Potter movies immediately on release in the theaters at the same time back in the day.
So there was like no subculture for it at all?
Not really, no. Like not even a little bit. I wore a Nelly Band-Aid under my eye one time to school, and people thought I was like hiding an acne or something. And then I took it quietly, I took it off, and I never wore it again.
Like
I was a real trendsetter. They just didn't know. I was too ahead of the game.
I was always on the verge of making choices like that, and I would either like get too anxious or like the worst thing that maybe has ever happened in my life or anyone's life. I was like 14, and I was looking on eBay for like to like, you know how like all like Jeezy and like the game, they would have like big like diamond earrings, like chains and shit.
Oh god.
I was like looking for those on eBay, and my mom like came into my room right as I had like, you know, 4 windows of those open.
That's when you have to tap into a porn site to be like, this is better.
I would have so much rather than looking at porn. It was so fucking embarrassing.
No, I'm looking at porn. I'm sorry. I swear.
Oh my god, I would have given anything for her to see that. It was so fucking humiliating. And she was like, what the fuck are you She didn't say it like that, but it was kind of, that's how it felt. And I was like, nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. I I'm glad that I wasn't a more confident person back then, because there would be some terrible photos of me out there.
No, but that's the thing. Like, I had that confidence, and then it got, beaten out of me by being in Turkey. And it wasn't even like they knew what I was trying to do. They were just like so confused by it.
Like, what the fuck is that?
So then for years, I couldn't even wear like sunglasses because I thought I was so anxious that people would be like, why are you wearing sunglasses or a hat? That's how nervous I was. Like, who the fuck's gonna look at you and think that's so weird that you're wearing sunglasses? But I was thinking that in my head. I was like, oh God.
Yeah, I mean, there's like the overconfidence and obliviousness of youth, but like the other spectrum where it manifests the exact same way is like spotlight syndrome, where you think everyone is looking at you at every moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I had that when I was like 14, and so I would wear like what like a servant in Handmaid's Tale wore. Wear like a big T-shirt and like the shittiest, the most nondescript like basketball shorts ever, and you just like look like you're like in prison.
Yeah, but that's coming back though. That's like when you're nonchalant now.
I don't know.
But my point is, Chad, there's a delicate balance. You don't have to document everything, okay? Because I made some fashion mistakes when I was really trying to become an influencer during the 2013 to 2019 era, let's say. And then after COVID, I just gave up entirely, and that was also bad. And now it's fine. I've struck the balance.
When I was 2013 was a bad time for me for that too, because like I had just gotten into really good shape, and I remember like right as I was getting really cut, one of my friends was like getting badder. We perfectly like like this. And he had just come out like a year ago. My buddy Brandon. I actually just talked to him on the phone yesterday, and he gave me like, imagine the clothes that you wear in your first year of being gay if you grew up in a town of like 100 people in like way northern Minnesota. He gave me like these fucking the worst pants or shorts that I've ever worn in my life.
What was your like worst fit?
So I wore this to work one day when I was working as a bouncer. I just wore like the normal it was actually a really cool track jacket that they gave us at the job. I wish I still had it. But the pants I wore, they were like slightly longer than capris, but not pants.
Oh.
They went down to like mid-ankle, and they were like
the Israeli special.
Yeah, they were fucking camo patterned.
No.
yeah. No. And they had like fucking pirate tears at the end, and I was like, I was so excited about like being in good shape.
That is the most Tel Aviv ass fit I've ever heard.
Fucking dumb, and I was in the zone of like, well, I'm in shape. Like nothing, everything looks cool on me.
Oh my god!
And everyone laughed at me.
Yeah,
everyone.
No. Well,
I was so lucky that like no one really came in that night.
You're lucky that you didn't put them on the internet for everyone to see forever.
That was like a year before I started posting pictures of myself on Twitter. So like, thank God.
Because god damn it, I did do that, and oh my god, it's bad. It's like everybody loves bringing them up all the fucking time. All the time. Oh, also here's some breaking news. Just in. Kamala Harris says she'd possibly run for president again. I am not done.
That's what you say when you're done. You know?
It sounds like a threat. I'll do it again.
I'll lose again.
I'm not done. I think there is 0% she makes it out of a primary.
No, I agree.
No shot.
I agree. Yeah. One of my favorite things recently was the clip of like, did you see when the protesters were they came to one of her talks, and when she went, "I'm not president," and the crowd like burst into cheers. Like, obviously they were cheering that she was like clapping back at the protesters, but it's funny to imagine that they were like, yeah, you lost.
Yeah, no.
She seemed like wasted at that one too.
She seems wasted all the time.
I mean, lest people forget, the last time she ran in a fucking primary, she didn't even make it to voting.
Yeah, no, she dropped out super early.
Yeah, like, come on now.
Yeah, no, it's her time. She needs to do the Hillary reroute. You know, it's her time now.
She doesn't even have, like, that's what's so fucked up about her. Hillary had loyalists.
Yeah.
There's no, like, Kamala loyal. I mean, there are K-High, but I mean, like, out of people who work in the Democratic system.
No, she has cycled through so many staffers that she couldn't even have, like, a loyal team to begin with, let alone establish, like, her own flank in the party in the way that, like, Obama did, or in the way that the Clintons did for a very long time.
Do you remember Ian Sams?
Yeah, there's no Kamalists.
She went through Ian Sams. I don't know. Ian Sams is actually the only guy I remember, but she's gone through like so many of them.
Yeah.
Her 2019 campaign, that is, I wish I could read a book about it. I wish more people cared about it. So it is the most interesting campaign to me because it is such a time capsule.
Yeah. Like peak woke.
Yeah.
She was pro Medicare for all.
Yeah.
And a woke cop. Like she was not like a regular prosecutor.
She was basically
basically ran the opposite of what she ran.
Yeah.
In the last election.
She was basically running as like Olivia Benson.
Yeah, it was so strange. Wait, someone said she wrote a book. She wrote a book about the 2019.
No, I don't want to read her book about it. No, I want to read a book by like a journalist who's like, here's how fucking weird her 2019 campaign was.
Like, what were the instincts there? I just don't understand. We were so close. We were so peak woke. I miss it.
I do too. I don't think, God, there was not a better period of my life.
Yeah,
it really was not.
We need to get back to peak woke.
I fucking miss it.
Where everyone was like constantly under financial threat of like they can't say anything. They can't say anything even remotely off color because like every major corporate sponsor would pull their every major corporate sponsor would be like, no, you're done. Like you're out.
I was against that, but I just mean like life was more fun.
Yeah,
during peak.
No, I hated it at the time. I yelled about it all the fucking time. But But I prefer that to the opposite of what that is. Target's like, if you don't say the R word 4 times today, we are canceling your activation.
That's how shitty things are now. Pretty much anyone was like, oh my God, they're gonna fucking. The ISPs are gonna go. What if ISPs go? We're not gonna host Patreon anymore because of your hate speech. But still, life was way more fun.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I just like the Kamala campaign. People don't remember the official campaign logo. It had the same color schemes as the cover for Frantz Fanon's "The Wretched of the Earth." Like it was. Kamala and Beto, more so Beto, because Kamala at least pretended to be into Medicare for all, but they both had this concept campaign of like total maximalist on social issues, not even social issues, just like gesturing.
Beto O'Rourke's like skyrocketing success was I'm a Texan man who is agnostic on Medicare for all, or like he didn't have like a healthcare plan or anything, but he was like, I want to take away every Texan's weapons.
And I want no Texan. Yeah, we're gonna take all the guns and end tax breaks on churches.
Yeah,
which is like sure, but Beto, how are you gonna run in Texas again? And he was like, watch me. And then he lost like horribly. He was.
Yeah. But even then he like got fairly close.
He got close.
Which is indicative of like it should have been a telltale sign that like if he were to do like some left populist stuff and not just like full tilt, I guess, like liberal Hitler.
He was like if he brought out the liberal, I would call him liberal Perón.
Okay.
Maybe. If he did that now, there would be like there would be like quite a few people thrown in with him. I loved it so much because nothing grossed me out more than Kamala or Pete or any of those people pretending that like, oh, I've always loved Medicare for all. Beto just being like, no, full like maximalist social liberalism. I don't even know how we're going to collect taxes. I haven't even thought about it.
Oh, by the way, Ron DeSantis is doing the exact opposite of that in Florida. Apparently, he is abolishing property taxes in its entirety. He said he wants to put it up as a ballot measure.
How the fuck are they gonna like do anything?
I don't know. I don't understand. Like, what's the funding vehicle for anything at that point?
Do you just like stop
no income tax, no property tax? What do you do? Are they just going, yeah, it's gonna be underwater anyway? Fuck it.
I can't like. They tried like something like that in Nevada like several years ago, and Nevada like, I mean both places rely on tourism, but I would wager Nevada like it's a higher profit margin, fewer people, and it still like fucked their state up like pretty badly.
Yeah,
I imagine it'd be like way worse for Florida.
Like what happens? You brought it up, but like what happens to the schools?
Yeah.
Do you just not have do you abolish public schooling in its entirety at that point? Like, how do you fund?
I mean, yeah. That's probably the plan, yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it's Florida. And Nevada and Florida, you could get away with that. No one would know.
It's just like...
Yeah, they stopped funding the schools actually 25 years ago.
Is there... I mean, I guess, like, tons of people moved there, but, like... Yeah, what happens when those people like have kids and like what the are you? If you have a kid in Florida, are you just like, yeah, my son commutes to high school in Georgia every day? Like, what the fuck do you do?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Rothbard baby marketplace. That's how you maximize a baby efficiency.
That is really like
in the marketplace of babies.
That is really like classic Ron DeSantis shit.
Yeah.
Like at the height of like grotesque culture war, to be like, no, I remember what I got into this for. To make life unlivable.
But the thing I always thought the major problem with Ron DeSantis was, well, one, he was no riz whatsoever.
One of the most charmless people ever.
Just fucking awful. And he, for some weird reason, forgot that like you're not actually supposed to pass legislation that harms capital. The whole culture war stuff is supposed to be a distraction. That was his biggest misstep when he like actually tried to punish Disney for culture war shit. Like, you're not supposed to actively go after the only thing that's keeping your state alive in terms of commerce and tourism because they're gay. You're supposed to let them be gay or whatever the fuck they want to do.
Yeah, and it's also like, give it like a month. Give it a month after Trump wins, and then they'll be like, we're having a new Disney princess who's really racist. Isn't this what you guys like?
Yeah.
He's... I don't know. I would love a J.D. Vance versus Ron primary. It would be like...
Oh, God.
The electoral equivalent...
Race to the bottom.
What a charisma supernova.
First of all, they wouldn't make it out because there would be a million Thomas Crooks that are trying to kill them everywhere they went. That would activate every Republican Thomas Crook style sleeper cell in the country.
It would be like, you imagine like...
They're like, we have to call off the primaries. They're trying to kill us everywhere we go.
It costs more than like the annual budget of the Department of Defense to like pay for security.
They're just everywhere we go, we have to have basically the military there. It's a military installation.
They need to like fly like sorties because people are hijacking jets.
I don't know. Like, I feel like that would really break people's brains completely. that I think, and people ask me this all the time, but like my thing is Tucker. Like I think he's I think he's the spiritual successor. He's the only guy who has like Trump's ability, early 2016 style ability to read the room, lean into like some kind of populist sentiment in a way that's like convincing. He's also a rich asshole who can speak like the working class, and I do think this is an additional benefit. He has like weird, kooky opinions on shit. Tucker Carlson sincerely believes that he was overtaken by spirits. Did you know this?
Oh yeah.
Like one night he woke up and he had scratch marks all over his back, and he like legitimately thinks that experience was like a spirit taking over his body.
And he has the same thing Trump does, which is he spent the early 2000s as like a leading acolyte of shrubism, and now he's like, I hate that stuff.
Yeah.
I would like to. The only thing that makes me reticent about Tucker's chances is, and this is less so the case now that he's like just like on Twitter, is if you're already a TV guy, why go into the presidency? TV's already the prize. But if he's just like posting shit on Twitter, like, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't. The president, I feel like, is the only time where you can make that work, like the way Trump is, because it's clear that if you have a job where you have to be halfway competent, they much prefer being the TV guy.
Yeah.
I don't think, even with all the showboating that Pete Hegseth is doing, like if he were to prefer being like a drunk rapist and still have his Fox News job, I suspect he would want like Brian Kilmeade's job as opposed to what he's doing now. And you can definitely see that with Kash Patel.
Yeah.
And I think Dan Bongino might have killed himself already because I haven't seen him at all.
You're right. I haven't seen him in weeks.
Because the last time I saw Dan Bongino on television, he was like basically on the verge of tears talking about how difficult it is to be the deputy director of the FBI.
He was saying that like his marriage is failing.
Yeah, he's like, I come in here every day and Cash comes in even before me. We got very thin walls. I can hear everything he's doing in there. It's making me go crazy. It was awesome. Where is Dan Bongino?
We have not seen him for like over a month.
Yeah, I think he killed himself.
How funny would that be if they like if that happened and they're like, Cash, we have to announce it, and Cash is just like, fucking leave him in the office.
Yeah,
we'll get to it when we get to. And he's just lying to everyone.
Yeah,
like no one knows but Cash.
Yeah, and no one cares.
And it's not. It doesn't even implicate Cash. He's just such like a panicked shithead.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna get blamed for it.
Yeah, they blame me for everything.
It's not my fault. That's the first thing he tells his wife when his wife finds out. Wait,
I didn't do it, I swear.
How long has my husband been dead? I had nothing to do with it. You won't find my fingerprints in there.
Oh man.
I think though that like Ron versus JD, it would be what I've been waiting for my entire life, which is the electoral equivalent to Jake Shields versus Yushin Okami. My favorite MMA fight of all time.
They're both backed by the different flanks. Like one was that was such a funny failure for the institutional Republicans. That's when it was over, I think. When they did do you remember when they did the competing like CPAC versus like Trump doing some other thing? When they thought they could like pull off the switcheroo for Trump voters.
Yeah.
That they would be fine with Ron DeSantis as opposed to Donald Trump, who was like a more controllable entity.
Yeah. I have the Ron DeSantis like campaign that one of the most ill-fated like AstroTurf campaigns ever.
It was a failure from the start. Dude, remember the Twitter Spaces saga?
Yeah.
And then Donald Trump made fun of them.
I'm Hitler.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was peak posting from Trump. I'll be real.
That like Ron was. I'm surprised he made it through. I mean, that's kind of probably what his entire life has been, just like gritting through the humiliation. But like, he had to believe like he was destined. He had to like, you're there for fucking January 6th. You see Trump sell out everyone who's there.
Yeah.
Just to be like, please let me on TV again. Please fucking let me on Facebook. And if you're Ron, you're like, okay, I've done everything right. I've ruined everything. They're gonna give it to me. Sorry, buddy.
But if he had enough motion, he probably could have pulled it off. It's just he was the exact opposite of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Every time he was on television, his approvals went down. Every time. When people were like, for me, that's when I realized Joe Rogan was a full-blown Republican operative. Not because he endorsed Donald Trump, but when he said, I love Ron DeSantis.
Yeah,
I think he's really a great Republican. A great politician. I was like, you're fucking insane for that.
Yeah, no. There is no, like, nonpartisan person who's like, I drop what I'm doing to listen to Ron DeSantis speak.
Wait, Bill Maher endorsed Cuomo? Oh my God.
It's over. Pack up your Zohran shit, everyone.
now both of the top candidates have a 9/11 guy on their side. Do you not know what Bill Maher said after 9/11?
Oh yeah. No. Well, one of the many things that is made me loyal to Bill Maher.
Yeah.
Why did Bill Maher wait till this long to do it?
Yeah.
It seems like Cuomo's like his perfect
guy.
dog. Like,
yeah,
he's
rapist.
Sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Rapist. Hates Muslims.
Yeah.
Basically, like that's an anti-Trump Republican sexual harasser, idiot. Like, that's his guy.
Connor, Bill has seen enough, had to get involved. Yeah, what motivated him to do that right now?
Yeah, it's so late.
Yeah.
Did he just like not look at it? Did he just assume, like, Zohran's a flash in the pan like Pogs? And then he like looked at a recent poll and was like, "Oh shit,
he's just so woke, it'll never work."
They're gonna vote for him, and he'll go, "Hey, those are my pronouns."
Oh man! Until today, he never looked at it. And Bill has no motion. How dare you say that? Again, like I said,
seen Club Random, asshole.
Yeah, that's what will really do it. If he has Cuomo on Club Random, oh my God! Speaking of which, Cuomo went on Impaulsive.
I saw that.
It got like 60,000 views.
That's the worst Impaulsive has ever done.
Yeah, because why would 12-year-olds fucking watch Andrew Cuomo go on and on about Zohran wants to hurt billionaires? Wait, Zohran hates Israel.
I actually haven't watched the. Did Mike mostly conduct the interview?
No, he has a producer who like got real mad about Zohran Mamdani. He was like, these fucking assholes, they don't know how tough it is to walk a mile in New York without getting mugged. Like, it's like, bro, what are you doing that you're constantly under threat in New York City?
They gave over their show to their producer. Like, why even have Cuomo on then?
Where is it? And then the only media hit it got was Andrew Cuomo from New York Post torches Zohran Mamdani over lack of experience on Impaulsive.
Like, specifically his lack of experience of going on Impaulsive.
Yeah. Wait, do you guys have the hold on. Do you have the link, chat? With the Zohran, not Zohran, with the Cuomo. Cuomo, Impaulsive doesn't even show up. Impersonator is the first thing that shows up when you type in Cuomo.
Every Impaulsive gets like
maybe they're watched
exponentially more views.
Yeah, look, 75,000 views in 4 days. Let's look at their fucking metrics.
That's like what the Chapo YouTube will do, and we are.
Oh my God, Millionaire Maker's harsh truths about making millions. 400,000 views. Camila Arao lost 400,000 views. Benny Safdie, only 107,000 views. Okay. Charlie Sheen, almost 1 million views.
Dana White, 1.4.
And then Andrew Cuomo, 75,000 views.
That's so fucking bad.
That's like embarrassing. That's so embarrassing you might delete it. Like, that's like we might have to delete this.
I need to see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Cuomo.
Thank you.
Why would you want to be the mayor of New York?
We are at a point.
Yo, that's brilliant.
That's credit to Logan. That's a very good question.
Yeah, I love that. That is the
very good
lowest
question.
viewed video that they've ever had.
This is
Point
what
where
our
we have to
the
make
Chapa
progress.
YouTubes. Our
Mamdani
type
is
of
a
metrics.
socialist, the child of wealth, never had to work, never managed any.
Dude, I hate when he says the nepotism argument because it's like, bitch, you have never had to work. Like, what do you mean? You became like the fucking HUD secretary at like what, 40?
Yeah.
Like, I wonder how that happened. Like,
his jobs before that were like working for his dad's campaign.
yeah. Like, your last name is Cuomo. I know those two don't know what the fuck that means, and they don't have the knowledge of it, but like, that's what pisses me off.
So your dad was like The Sopranos.
Yeah. Also, look at the comments. Logan, what's the best pizza in New York City? 40 likes. Nobody responds.
Oh, God,
if
poor
Logan had the real balls, he would bring Mamdani next week. How can Cuomo attack Mamdani for being a rich Nepo baby when he was literally the son of a New York governor? Damn. The 14-year-olds have learned a lot.
They're getting educated on Impulsive.
Yeah,
Impulsive is a good
nightmare
show.
blunt rotation. This guy killed my grandma with his policies. He's not beating Mamdani anyway, law. One of the most embarrassing things I've seen in a minute.
These seventh graders hate this.
Yeah, I wonder how much billionaire Bill Ackman paid them for this promo. Dare you to bring Zohran Mamdani on as only fair? This is a violation. This is. I'm bringing this up. I'm bringing this up to the regulators. You have to have equal time for Zohran Mamdani.
There's no one who's like, oh, this is kind of interesting. No one enjoyed this.
The people already voted against Cuomo. The ratio between Zohran and Curtis. You got to get Mamdani on too. And Sliwa. APAC money. I'm sorry, I can't listen to lifelong politicians saying government is bad while being government his entire life. Get Mamdani on is only fair. Oh my God. Oh my God.
This is a revolt of Impulsive Nation.
Yeah, they did not fuck with this episode at all. 75,000, like that drop off is historic. They went from $500,000 to 75,000.
1.4 million with Dana White like 2 weeks ago.
If Mamdani is elected mayor, Trump will take over New York.
So why is Mamdani?
Why would he hate that? He loves Trump.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
And like
Logan Paul had Trump on the podcast. He loves Trump. Isn't that supposed to be a good thing?
And like what would Cuomo do to stop that?
Yeah. Well, he already has his own DOJ investigation specifically for that reason, so he can have the same Eric Adams deal.
Currently leading the polls.
He has appealed with very simplistic solutions that would never work. Fast, free buses.
Yeah, this really worked. Remember in 2016 when this was a banger? Yeah, this was so sick. He's doing the Hillary Rodham, a beloved figure, of course.
It's not just the Hillary Rodham, but like they're also doing they're basically doing the Hillary campaign against Trump.
Yeah.
Every time they bring you up, it reminds me of like basket full of deplorables.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Everyone wants a fast bus. What do you want, a slow bus? Fast.
To curb the
That's
rat
their
problem, which is
highlight.
worse than it's ever been
They're
before.
like, okay, shit.
Yeah, this guy, this is the producer who was real mad about like,
okay, buddy,
how bad things are in New
buddy,
York.
don't you think you're
More rats than people?
Yeah,
they're disgusting.
Not scared. They're not scared. They have that New York attitude. They like that.
What did you order in a deli or a bagel shop?
Being reckless, cream cheese and lox.
Reckless?
That cream cheese is like 9 million calories.
Yeah,
When they
it's
give
a
you
lot.
that New York City smear.
Have you had a good relationship with President Trump?
No, he puts his finger right in your chest. The only way to deal with him, put your finger back in his chest. And
Oh my
that's
God, he's doing the bars from the debate. Like this is now I'm realizing this was prepped. The finger thing. He did that at the debate too.
why we had the fights we had.
You've heard the rumor about him being
we've had a
sundowning, right?
I heard the rumors. I saw it when he
Yeah.
was fucking both of the debates, especially in the first one, he was really bad.
Yeah.
Where at least in the second one, like he had some like pre-canned lines that he could like deliver in sequence. But the first debate, they would be like, everyone name state your names for people that are watching and tuning in for the first time tonight. And you'd be like, huh? What do you mean? Why are you asking me that? It was like, what the fuck, dude? Why are you so angry?
He is like, he's what? Well, how old is he? Like mid-late 60s?
Oh, he's hurt for mid-late 60s. If that's, I don't know how old he is. Let's see. Oh, people are saying 67. 67? 67.
Life,
born in
ups and downs.
1957.
And plus, I can kick his ass on any given day, which
The fake, like, yeah. I hate that.
This is like, what would that look like?
Like, look at the esteemed
Unconventional
guests.
setting for Governor Cuomo.
Do you think they made him drink?
What do you?
They'll probably
He would
kill
die.
him. Yeah,
He would die.
that's the end.
Yeah.
I would love to see their episode after they
What do you think so
accidentally
far?
kill him.
presidential suite.
Logan Paul suicide forest apology video round 2. I really fucked up, guys.
Guys, the last thing you want to do
Yeah.
is kill one of your guests.
Yeah, it's just.
I would become a $5 a month subscriber. I would start a mutual trade between me and them.
Oreo suite, but
Yeah.
No, we got
it's
the
very
top tier.
very cool.
Yeah.
I guess we're rolling. Is that true? Yeah. You know, just Mr. Cuomo, I just want to get this right. You know, I want to get it right. I think you're a very important person, very special guest. Thank you for joining us today.
You had Trump on.
Does Logan think he's like a senator or like any? Does he think he's employed?
I don't.
Because he's not any of those things right now.
Jesus Christ.
It's an honor. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Cuomo.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Man, how you feeling?
Well, I'm in the ring, right?
Yeah.
Political ring, but it's like a boxing ring, wrestling ring. We're getting down to it. We have about 10 days what they call early voting. In New York, we have a period of early voting. November 4th is the election. So on one hand, you feel relieved that you're coming down to the end, right? Because it's a long process. On the other hand, as you know, the anxiety goes up, the tension goes up, the attention goes up. And that's where we are now. I have a debate tomorrow. These 2 debates left. The debates are very important. People tend to start to focus the last couple of weeks, right? They watch the campaign with one eye as it drones on, but last couple of weeks they start to focus. So this is an important period now.
Which is why I'm spending every day talking about how Zohran wants to do jihad to New Yorkers. This is my moment to shine.
It's just
It really. I didn't think about this until this moment, but it's like.
Logan doesn't have any politician on until they have a sexual harassment allegation. Yeah. What the fuck? Who is? What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, like, it doesn't feel like Cuomo is the one who made the decision to stay in the race. It feels like he's being piloted by, vendors, the people who are benefiting from this continuing idiotic enterprise.
Who are Cuomo's? I mean, I guess it's just the anti-Zohran vote.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're really doing my boy Curtis dirty. Like, give Curtis a shot.
But it's so weird, though. I mean, to market yourself as like the anti-Zohran, a lot of the people that like Cuomo like Zohran, like a significant amount. There isn't a contingent of the electorate that's like big enough where they would go, okay, I was going to vote for Sliwa. Like, it just does not make any sense. There is no route for that.
Yeah. I'm looking at the mini bars. I'm still hungry. And there's not really anything good in here.
Do they have vape juice in there? I forgot to bring my refill bottle.
Vape juice?
I would love if there was vape juice in the...
This is a weird hotel, but not that weird.
Yeah. You would only get that in, like, Europe.
You want cashews?
I'll take a cashew.
There's
Thank
the
you.
unsalted ones in the top, and then rosemary. These are the greasiest cashews I've ever had in my life.
Cashews are supposed to be greasy.
It's true.
period, right? You're just out there touching as many people as you can, as often as you can.
Doing podcasts with YouTubers.
Yes, sir.
I think we should set up a little bit of context here as well. Like this New York City mayoral race is highly contentious, highly
Not really.
talked about between you and Zohran.
It's a very contagious race.
It's like there's like 30 points between Zohran and Andrew Cuomo. It's not very.
I mean, I get what he's doing. I have been in Mike's shoes where you kind of have to play it up. You're like, hey, it could go any way, you know. It's a heated race. You're talking to someone who's going to lose by like 30.
Yeah.
I'm going to mess this up so many times. Say Mamdani, and going into this election, I think where are we at from at least a speculated polls standpoint right now?
You have 3 people in the race, so you're splitting the vote. Mamdani is the lead. I'm second. There's a Republican candidate who's third.
Like, did you not look that up before the episode?
On a 3-person race, Mamdani
you're running.
has the
What are the polls look like?
If the Republican drops out of the race or his vote is compressed, he gets a fairly minimal vote because people don't see him as a viable candidate, then we're looking at a head-to-head race.
And we did also just have Mayor Adams drop out, correct? Which based on a potential endorsement in a direction would also influence polling as well, correct?
That would also make a difference. But you're right, Mayor Adams dropped out because he didn't want to be a spoiler.
Is this a competency test for like both of them? Like, what the fuck am I watching?
I can't believe that these guys interviewed the president.
Could you imagine if like we interviewed like Bernie and we're like, okay, so what happens if like more people are running against you? Is it better if there are less people?
So if you get more votes than your opposition, you win.
Is this one of those elections where it's better to have more or less votes? This is, I totally endorse what he's doing. He's wasting Cuomo's time. This is, hours of the day Cuomo will not get back. He's in the twilight. He's in the winter of his years.
22K new peak viewership, 20K club, here we come. It's got to be a real testament to my long-standing career success that this guy is celebrating a low viewership day and is still fucking one of the highest viewership having streams on the platform. You got it, Chatter.
The race. This race is different, as you said, because, elections are normally between 2 people, Jack and Jill. Who do you like better?
Haters on my way.
Democrat or Republican even. This is a question of philosophies, right? I am a Democrat. My father was a Democrat. I worked for Bill Clinton.
I think it's
I'm a lifelong Democrat. Mamdani is a socialist. They call themselves democratic socialists, but he's a socialist. And there's a National Socialist Organization, and he's a member of that.
Very clever, Andrew.
So it's
do you think he did that on purpose, or do you
a question
think he actually...
of, are we a capitalist country, capitalist city, or a socialist
5 years ago,
city?
I'd go, yeah, absolutely.
And that is night and day.
Now, I don't know.
Can you break that down, what that difference is for our audience who may not actually know the nuances of what that means?
Yeah. If you, by their policy,
we completely do. Don't worry.
They are heavily influenced that the state should control and basically equalize assets among people in society. So government should control the means of production.
He is
all right, not private sector
through
companies.
this sentence.
They're against private ownership of land. Government owns all the land and allocates land for
at
housing.
least the second part
which
of
is
it
the
is
exact
not.
opposite of America, right? American dream, I want to own my own home, my own backyard. No, government would own all the land. Very high taxes on the rich as a way to equalize income distribution, to try to get income equality by using the tax code. Government provides basic services to everyone, regardless of income. Government provides transportation, government provides childcare, government runs food stores. So it's a government-driven society as opposed to a private sector entrepreneurial capitalist
socialism and don't
society.
even know.
What is the benefit of having a private sector society as opposed to a state-driven society?
Bro,
Private sector society is
This is
capitalist.
like when babies inexplicably love like a video of Milton Friedman talking or something.
No, yeah. They're like cats of the Quran, okay? They're gravitating towards his sexual charismatic pull.
They do seem like completely enthralled by him for whatever reason.
Mr. Cuomo, what do you... Private sector is important, right? Like, can you tell us why?
Why do they like him so much? So weird.
Oh, no.
I mean, there has to be some payola here, right? Like, Zach Fox was like, here, give them like $100,000 so they'll interview you.
Maybe they genuinely thought this would be like a Trump moment or something, but no.
Could they be that, like, dumb? That they're like, oh, maybe he's as big as Trump.
I didn't even ask. Wait, did I ask Mike? Let me see. I think I
They cannot be that, like...
I texted him after. I told him we're ops now. But
they have to know that he's, like, not a Trump caliber figure, right? Would Logan think something like, oh, this Andrew guy is like Trump's dad and they hate each other? My sister, I remember my sister said something in 2016 that I thought was so funny and true. She was like, probably 50% of the electorate thinks that Donald Trump and Hillary are married. And that's like, this is the group of voters that is represented by these young men.
yeah, a little lover's quarrel.
Society says government provides certain benefits to all, public education systems to all. Government will help you if you're really poor and you're really sick because we have compassion as a society. But your success is dependent on what you do. And we don't cap your success, you know? If you work really hard and you're really talented and you do really well, God bless you. There's no limit. We're not going to limit your success. That's the basic rule of capitalism.
So why is Mamdani currently leading the polls?
He does very well. Well, right now he's the Democratic nominee because he calls himself a Democratic socialist. He ran in the Democratic primary. He won in the Democratic primary. In this city,
who did he run against?
If you're the Democrat, you ought to...
Were you... Who did he run against in that primary? I know they don't know that.
Must have beaten a real loser.
Yeah. Oh, you don't understand. The reason why he's doing really well is because he's a Democrat. Unlike me, a fucking loser who couldn't win that title.
I love that his explanation too is like, oh, you know, people just like these simple explanations for things. Not like me, where I'm like, I'm gonna beat Trump by poking him.
Also, the problem is, like, if that's the case, which it is, right? Obviously, like, build the wall, simple message, people understand it, they want to vote for it, whatever. So it does work. You should use it. The problem is, these motherfuckers never even want to try. Like, he just seems like he's angry all the time that they just won't let him be mayor. Like,
yeah.
He's like, it just comes across like, why should I do anything?
From the moment that he announced he was doing it, it was clear to everyone that this is like a stepping stone for a disgraced guy who wants to claw his way back to the top. And no, even the people that like prefer him to Zohran, no one wants to vote for a guy who's like, okay, this is my first, I need to just fucking step all over your face to get to step 2 of my journey back.
Yeah.
No one wants to do that.
But also, he's not making any pleas as to why you should vote for him unless you are quite literally a fucking real estate developer.
Yeah, no. His most honest pitch that he could give is, if you vote for me in 4 years, I'll have a better position to like run for governor for, and then I can finally run for president when I'm 79.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Where do I sign up?
Like, it's just, I mean, you just don't, I don't think you can get away with that. It seemingly is the proof. What's going on right now is the proof. You can't get away with it. You can't just be like, just come on, give me the position. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, no policies. What are some of Cuomo's policies? At least, like, some of the stuff they just totally stole from the Zohran campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, the faster and freer buses. Sometimes.
Yeah, he threw in the thing, like a vague shot at like universal programs, which is like calls into question, how would you like means test like free buses?
Yeah, that's the problem. You can't do it. So we must not have it. No, wait. I think he did try to do a means tested bus fare thing. Am I imagining that?
I mean, there is means testing with like transit systems where
they're like you get a different rate,
right,
on your card or something,
right? But there's no part of this campaign where like if New York was obliterated by a meteor, he would just be like, okay, well, I guess I'm running to be mayor of Yonkers now. It's the next closest place.
Yeah, means tested rent stabilization? No, that's not real.
No, he did. Yeah, he did. Because he said Mamdani is stealing from people by having a rent stabilized place.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
he wants to limit who can be in a rent stabilized apartment further. That's awesome.
Automatically get X percent of the vote because it's a 70% Democratic state by enrollment. And there are people who, if you're a Democrat, you just vote Democrat. You're a Republican, you just vote
lifelong
Republican.
blue voters.
Yeah.
And I think I'll be a devil's advocate on a lot of things today. I think one of the reasons why Mamdani is having the success he is, and you explain the difference between socialism and capitalism, but truthfully, the capitalistic approach in New York City lately has not been working. At least in the way the system has been set up. Rent prices are out of control. There's a lot of factors and a lot of things that are pushing people into the concept of looking in a new direction and whatever that direction is. And
I'm
so
so
like, when
sad
you look at the
Felix is
policies
missing
in
my
this-
boy Pop Off, my goat. I like that he said, I'm going to play devil's advocate, and then just said the truth about what's going on. like, he's just, I'm going to play devil's advocate. The real estate market is fucked.
mayoral race, I hate that freaking word. Rent control, Rikers, there's a couple mainstay topics. Where do you differentiate on a policy like rent control? I know you wanted to freeze some of the stabilizations. Where does your policy differ from his?
Yeah. Without getting into the weeds, first, you're exactly right. But it's not a New York phenomenon. It's a national phenomenon.
Correct. Yep.
By the way, it's the phenomenon that Donald Trump touched, right? You have a middle class in this country that feels trapped. You have a young generation that feels trapped, right? That they can't find a way to break through. They can't find a way to make it. I was told to go to college. I go to college. I have college debt. The job I get doesn't even cover the college debt.
You guys really need to chew into the microphone and talk with your mouth full every time you eat? Yeah. Yeah. No, I have to. Like, I physically have to do that. I don't have the noise gate on because I only have one microphone. Unfortunately, chatter. Because I'm in fucking New York City and still offering you wall-to-wall coverage and banger content. Even though it's a goddamn Saturday. Goddamn Saturday night, as a matter of fact. Actually, you missed it. Big Mike had a, what do you want?
Are these new waters?
No, those are, that's ice. That's just ice that, here, grab one of those glasses and here, there's water back there.
I'm going with that water.
No, there's water back there. Just grab that.
Back here?
Yeah, there's water over there too. There's water everywhere.
Got it. New York tap water is, I would say, the second best in America, though.
What's the first best? Chicago?
I would say Minnesota.
Oh.
Nevada.
How I'm ever going to get to where my parents were.
The rat race.
Right. And
Mike said, I'm going to play devil's advocate. Capitalism has failed people. Which was awesome. It's like rent is out of control. I'm sure there's many factors, but kind of feels like a lot of people think it's capitalism.
What does he think devil's advocate is?
Yeah, I know. It's like, I don't think he understands how that works.
He's
it's
awesome.
like, that's just...
Does he think that's just something you say to someone who, like, they're going to disagree with it?
Yeah, I think he's just said that to just, like, softball it, you know, to be like, hey, listen, I'm not, like, super against you, but, like, shit's fucked up, man.
That
It is
that
like, this is like the
alienates
single
a
worst
whole
time for a
sector
Cuomo
of
campaign.
society.
Yeah.
And you have that in New York also. They go call it the affordability crisis. If you are middle class, it is very, very hard to live in this city. Rents, number one.
Who could that be? It's a hotel room, private hotel room.
But everything is expensive, right? Restaurants are expensive. Food is expensive. Transportation is expensive. Everything is expensive. And you're
no, they did not
pressure.
give a shit.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck? They didn't even cut it? Yeah, it's the morality police, dude.
This is like, we would cut the, like, even if we did like a joke interview where we're just like wasting Cuomo's time, we would be like, yeah, we should take out that.
Yeah. That's crazy. I just noticed the product placement. Oh, dude, it's all over his head.
He has appealed to that need, to that feeling, with what I consider very simplistic solutions that would never work, but at least he's talking to them. He also...
It's just like such bad campaigning, because like negative campaigning like this doesn't work at all ever anyway, and it certainly doesn't work if you're trying to take down an objectively popular measure and you're also doing a shitty job lying about it. Because like the rent freeze thing is for rent stabilized apartments, and it literally is something that the mayor could do. Now obviously Mayor Adams apparently is trying to rat fuck Zohran. Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
Like, dude, they're such pieces of shit, dude. I swear to fucking God. The fact that he apparently has waited out the appointment filings in an effort to ensure that like he puts in the 9 people that make this decision to make sure that there's like a majority that won't actually allow a rent freeze to take place is such a scumbag thing to do. But that's how that structure works. Like, it's the mayor appoints people to the rent board, and they decide on what to do with the rent stabilized apartments. So he could literally freeze the rent for rent stabilized units, and it has been done before. So when he tries to fucking hit on that angle, not only is he attacking a popular policy, but he's also lying when he says it's like, oh, it's impossible, it's pie in the sky idealism. So stupid.
Was very good on social media.
He's very good on social media.
Yes.
He's basically a content creator.
Well, he's younger. He speaks very well. He's a likable enough guy. How old is 33?
33 years old.
Yeah,
he is. Yeah, his mother is a noted film director.
Yeah.
He was a rapper, artist, and he had very good social media presence.
No.
Captured the imagination.
No one knew.
He's like, yeah, young cardamom, they called him. He's like, have you seen his music?
Like this idea that he was like
Nani.
Yeah, this idea that he was like a celebrity before.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he had a YouTube video with 30,000 views.
I did not know who he was.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Like,
I had no fucking idea.
I vaguely remember his run for state assembly.
When I had him on beforehand, I had Chiose on, and people were trying to get me to pull the Young Cardamom Nani music video, and I genuinely considered, like, should this be the first introduction to this guy who I think has a good shot? Like, I was weighing the option. I still played it, but like, I thought maybe I shouldn't show this to people as their first introduction to Zohran Mamdani.
I think his voters understand, like, that he made that what in like 2012.
Yeah, something like that.
That was a. Think about what was going on at that time. You had like Das Racist and shit.
Yeah.
That was like, if you were making socially conscious rap. Well, the best time to be alive would be like 1994, but the second best would be 2012.
Yeah. He also,
I think his voters understand.
My first interaction with Zohran was before I knew who the fuck he was. He was just random dude in a Gravel Institute video about rent control in Vienna.
He was in a Gravel Institute video?
Yeah, he did it. He's in a old ass Gravel Institute video. Before, but like back in the day, Gravel Institute would sometimes have bangers. Okay, they did. They had like the.
Can you believe that one of those fuckers works for fucking Palantir now? I think
that's the least surprising thing I've ever heard.
It's either Palantir or Anderson Horowitz. Which is it? Chat. Someone should know.
They definitely know. There isn't fucking that the dude in Ukraine. He was a Gravel Institute kid too. No.
One of the Gravel kids.
No, they all went to do the craziest shit.
No, they all went on to do like weird
like,
stuff. One of them did like an even like he works for Palantir or something.
Yeah, Dylan Burns. Yeah, the one that
Dylan.
Yeah, this is me reacting to him talking about how socialists easily solved the housing crisis in Austria.
And saw 60,000 new apartments constructed in the first year of its existence, built by the government and financed by taxes on the rich.
This is what I meant when I said I kind of gave up on the way I looked at that time. I was like growing my hair out, painting my nails, fucking wearing the ugliest shirts I've ever done seen. It was ass, dude.
Well, they're just like, oh my God. Wow,
yeah.
That's him.
Yeah, August 28th, 2021. Why did this happen to the Gravel staffers? I feel like it needs to be studied. I mean, it's just politics.
Super, like, be aware of extremely precocious, very politicized, kids. Like, it's usually like, everyone likes to make fun of those posts, right? Where it's like a 19-year-old and they're like, my political journey. When I was 12, I was a syndicalist. When I was 13, I was a...
Oh, yeah, I love those posts.
They're so funny, but like... And part of it, like the extreme swings and the extremely short time frames, that is sort of a modern phenomenon. But kids who are very precocious about politics and really into getting praise and like attention from adults for their how astute they are, those are the people that like will always like undergo crazy swings and end out like just burning out and reverting to mean and like just clawing at whatever amoral social mobility vehicle they can land.
Yeah, you just gotta pick a lane and stick to it, okay? If you're a Maoist third worldist, sorry, you're stuck. No more changes.
I'm not even against the idea of like everyone changes those, but like if you are 1 year, okay, you're like, I'm a Dem sock. Then the next year, you're like...
Oh, the craziest one was Calla Walsh, I think. That's what you're talking about, right?
No, Calla Walsh is like the opposite.
Yeah.
She was like a Warren person.
Yeah, she went from Warren to like... I mean, she does a lot of the, you know... I'm not gonna shit on her. I'm not gonna disparage her. She does more than I ever can and ever will. Even though there is that one video where she says like indigenous drones or something in the Iranian factory that lives in my mind, but that's the Warrenite in her. Is what I mean. You never take the Holocaust number tattoos off your body. It stays with you.
Whatever. Like, I mean, like. She's got like a lot more balls than like most people.
Yes. No, Calla Walsh is awesome. Like, she's awesome. She is for those who don't know, she used to be like a Warren campaign person, I think, and then like she was like a Warrenite, and then she became like a super anti-imperialist, direct action kind of person who like will. I think she was on Palestine Action, right?
Yeah.
Here in America. Like when you see people like shut down Elbit Systems offices and stuff, like she
got charged.
Yeah,
they're really trying to like string her up for like direct action in Elbit Systems.
Allegedly, she did not do anything.
Right. I said they're trying to string her up, like jam her up over fucking bullshit. But no, but I even that I think like by big swing I mean like when you go okay. Like in 3 years, you somehow land on like 3 positions that are not even like adjacent to each other.
Yeah, big swings. Unless it's my goat, the phalangist, fucking Hillary Clinton. The phalangist Hillary Clinton staffer to radical campus anti-imperialist pipeline.
You know what I was thinking about with Platner? I was just thinking about this. How I actually like I feel like the Pod Save guys, I feel like their heart was like generally in the right place with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like they are into him for cynical reasons. You know.
No, I think they're reading the room.
Right.
They're recognizing changes that are happening.
And I also I felt bad for them because it's like. You know, you've thrown in with this guy who turns out to be...
I'd rather they do this than fucking...
Right.
What was it when the Elizabeth Warren...
Yeah.
Birth release or something? When the blood... What was the suggestion where they were like...
DNA.
The DNA.
I mean, what I was thinking though is like... They like it would be so much worse for them to like back off because that makes you look like untrustworthy and like insane if you just at the drop of the hat like fuck this guy. But I think it's tragic for them because you only pick up any degree of a sixth sense for realizing someone's like not like an op or like fucking agent provocateur or anything exciting like that, but just like when someone's like kind of nuts or stupid, where it's like you don't take one look at him and you're like, oh, I bet he has a fucking totem cop, but you're like, okay, I know like the type, I know this type of person, and because they didn't have that experience of like.
Bro, I don't...
That we've had of, like, interviewing someone, and then, like, a month later, they're like, I'm Jesus Christ, and I'm fucking, you know...
They're too far invested in the... Not even, like, the normal pipeline, but, like, very buttoned-up pipeline, so they've never encountered a crank before.
Right.
And they've never encountered a genuine stupid before.
Yes.
Because, like, even the most genuine stupid, when they're, like, a mainline Democrat, they're so buttoned up to have gotten to that position... And they constantly got a bunch of staffers up their ass that they don't understand how like real people in the real world are very unstable.
Yeah.
Like they can show you things that you could not imagine.
I will go one step further. I think, you know, there have been a ton of situations, not as like, you know, either funny, usually not as dramatic or as big of a deal as the race Platner is in, right? But someone who is very good at like grabbing attention and actually, pretty decent at holding a crowd's attention, and like culminate, like sort of creating a base of support out of nothing. A lot of times, the ability to do those things go hand in hand with being insane. And it's hard to fucking, pick one out of the other. You only get any type of a meter for it when you are unfortunate enough to like talk to so many insane people that end up like making, like just embarrassing you or doing something that you put together like a few common threads there, and hopefully you don't step in it again. But for that, like, maybe that's what this is for them.
Sometimes stupids can surprise you. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
my queen, my woke queen, Marjorie. She's I called this. That was one of my predictions for 2025 was Marjorie Taylor Greene's going to be like, she's going to have like a principled Republican or like a woke turn.
That was a good prediction.
I said, but the inverse of that was going to be Lobo, who was going to go insane, like even more insane. Which is she even around? I haven't really heard from her at all.
She fell off.
Yeah, she did.
Marjorie Taylor Greene and Graham Platner starting a new like the car rental party. You can rent a car for free when we're in charge.
Felix, it exists. It's called the American Communist Party.
They never rent cars. Never seen one of those guys rent a car.
Also, put some respect. I'm putting some respect on ACP. Okay, there's one of those dudes that's like hanging out with Maduro every day, and I don't know what that's about. And the other one, the Albanian one, went to fucking. He went to China, to the Peking Institute. Respect. He's living my dream right now.
Do you know if any of them have gotten to like... It'd be kind of ridiculous to let them fly it. I would never let anyone do this. But like, can they go on like a ride along or at least like sit in the cockpit of like one of Venezuela's Su-30s?
Well,
that would be
They've
fun.
done the ride along in Ukraine, in occupied Ukraine,
I've seen
in
that.
a tank, which
I've
is
seen that.
Insane.
I mean, I've always wanted to sit in the main battle tank, but the real prize is to sit. I wouldn't ask to sit in a J-20 because that's like national security stuff.
Yeah.
But like a Su-30, those have been around a while. Come on.
Didn't Steven Seagal do that? Yeah, Steven Seagal does whatever he wants.
That's different. That's different.
Yeah.
That's like, a magician is visiting your country.
Yeah. But I generally, one of the ACP guys is like straight up every day with Maduro. And like takes creep shots while Maduro's like delivering speeches with his generals and stuff. And I'm like, what is going on with this? Did they just give up on living in America? Is that what happened?
I think that has to be it.
Because like,
I think that has to be it because there's like no way you could come back, but your life is like fucked.
Because Haas did come back and they apprehended him at the border, which is obviously fucked up and most likely will happen to me as well when I go to China and come back. But like, you go to Venezuela, they're calling. You're next to the guy who has a $50 million bounty on his head. Unless they're trying to do like Stalin was doing robberies. He's trying to call for he's trying to get the American Communist Party funded by arresting Maduro.
A really good friend of mine, she went to Cuba for like a week or two, like early mid 2016. And they really they kept her for like 5-6 fucking hours, just pestering her when she re-entered at whichever New York airport. And that was, like 9 years ago under a very different administration. They've always been like, that is always like a guaranteed way if you have any type of a profile in media to go to a country like that and re-enter, you'll always get jammed up a little bit, but especially now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, especially now.
Oh, yeah. But it's like crazy to do that with China because it's, again, 30% of all of our trade. Like, what are you saying? Like, that's like businessmen travel freely in and out of China. Like, tourists go there all the time. It's not like the DPRK. You know what I mean?
It's so fucking weird. Everyone else on Earth, they have to think we're insane. That we take that kind of a posture. Because it is. It's fucking crazy. Like, if it's that bad, where it's like, no, we have to apprehend everyone who re-enters from there. Okay, well, how, like, what are you doing? Are you doing anything to, like, I don't know, make it so that our country has supply chains? No, fuck you.
It's just, like, what do you, like, it's so belligerent. Like, we're just like hurting ourselves. we just keep hitting ourselves in an effort to be like, yeah, we'll show China.
I love this.
This is gonna work.
I love this thing, like, that the trade deficits that we have, they're like the fault of the people who we're trading. What are they supposed? What is China supposed to do?
What is Cambodia supposed to do?
Here's some free stuff to offset the deficit.
Like, that's that was the craziest one where he was like, trade deficits are so bad, and it's like, and then you're bringing up like Laos. It's like, okay.
Yeah, no, they're clearly they're getting the better of this relationship.
Yeah, they really are fucking us.
Yeah.
By not purchasing Ford F-150 fleets.
Like, I get like the like trade deficits aren't quite what they characterize it as, though they aren't, you know, they're not always negligible, but like the way to solve them in so much as they can be solved is not to just like yell at the country who you have a trade deficit with. It's just so fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's basically, it's yelling at someone for selling you products that you are buying and are continue to buy. It is the perfect, like, stupid American thing.
But it worked.
It worked.
Like, people still, even if the economy is not great as a direct consequence of this, it's crazy that people still think that that's like the smart thing to do. Because I feel like they have so much, I guess they had so much fatigue from like seemingly not moving the needle in any direction whatsoever with all the incremental changes that Biden couldn't even like present in a positive way because due to his age, that they were like, well, at least he's doing something.
Yeah.
Like that was the first 3 months where he was just like literally molesting everything. Everyone would just go, well, hold on, at least he's really shaking things up. And it's like the way he's shaking things up is just like crippling the regulatory apparatus of the government so you eat poisonous meat.
I mean, I am very curious to see what's going to happen in the next 18 months or so, because we already like kind of are in a little bit of a credit crunch, at least compared to how things were a little while ago. I am curious as to what is it going to be like when, like, yeah, just like no one can like take out a mortgage. There's just like everything is just like totally inert. Is he going to like yell at the big four banks?
Yeah.
Just be like, give people mortgages.
Yeah, we have to do that. We have to lower the interest rates no matter what.
That'll be interesting. I'm excited we get to see that.
I just don't understand where this goes, because it doesn't feel like Trump behaves like a man who is no longer worried about ever losing power.
Right.
Like, that is clear. And I think, like, you know, Steve Bannon talks a big game, usually overextends of what limited privileges he has, or tries to hype himself up as though he's like a big partner in the coalition. But I think he's being honest when he says, like, no, he's gonna be in there. He's gonna continue going. With the third term stuff. But I just don't know what the end goal is. Like, I don't understand.
Like, right. Because it's like what is there like left to loot?
Yeah.
After all that,
it's also the same argument like with New York, right? When people say like, oh, millionaires and billionaires are gonna leave New York if they tax it. No, they're not, because it's fucking New York. Okay, people already pay a higher tax rate to be here, and as a part of that, you get the benefits of being here. So I've always been of the mindset that like, I assume that millionaires and billionaires are gonna be like, well, we can't fucking destroy everything so bad that we don't have like the same quality of life. Like, it's gonna start impacting them as well.
Do you think that it'll be like it'll be one of those things where like at the last minute, Capital is like, oh wait, fuck,
Shit.
Whoops.
Shit, I didn't realize we were gonna tweak it that hard.
Yeah.
We were just so short-term profit focused. The stock market was doing so well.
Because that is, I can kind of see that happening. I don't know. Like, I have no idea what's going to happen, because it's like, it is such a, like, I mean, talk about a fucking zombie consensus. In so much as that you are capable of articulating this into a somewhat coherent political program, there really isn't like that much of a constituency for it left. There also really isn't an opposition.
No, this is the example that I was going to use with the lack of opposition. Trump made Congress's indifference to his Venezuela threats, and Trump mocks Congress's indifference to his Venezuela threats, and he's correct to do so, because in his weeks of buildup, killings and authorizing the CIA for regime change ops, the two most powerful Dems in the country, Schumer and Jeffries, haven't issued a single statement about it. He said the land is concerned because I told them that's going to be next. Trump rambled. The land is going to be next, and we may go to the Senate, we may go to Congress and tell them about it, but I can't imagine they'd have any problem with it.
Yeah, no. It is.
How can you look at this and not see it as the logical conclusion of years and years of eroding what remained of like congressional powers and leaving this authorization with endless militancy, endless adventurism all around the fucking globe to... like eventually someone was going to do this.
Yeah.
You know? Like, this is George W. Bush to Barack Obama expanding the permission for executive authority with strikes, with extrajudicial killings of American citizens as well as non-citizens like foreigners. Every single president has bombed Yemen. Every single one. Same with Donald Trump on his first term, and then Joe Biden, and then Donald Trump on his second term. It is a direct line of not a single president dialing it back or reining it in at any point. Everyone just goes, oh no, this is great. This is what we do now. And here we are.
It's like, I cannot imagine that Schumer might enjoy the job a little bit, but like Jeffries...
He hates it. He looks like he hates it.
Why does he do this? Like, why is he doing this? Like he could work at a white shoe law firm until the day he dies.
I don't know.
And it's like,
and he was groomed by Nancy Pelosi. He's been the biggest disappointment so far. I gotta pee.
I've always like known what the score is with the guy, but it's like.
But I'm actually disappointed with Nancy Pelosi that like she thought he would be the Nancy Pelosi of the next generation.
I mean, what Pelosi was like 80 when she picked him?
Yeah.
I mean, Pelosi isn't like easy to see her as an operator compared to fucking Jeffries, but she's she is what Jeffries is to her. She is to like fucking Jim Wright. Same deal. Jim Wright is that to fucking Carl Albert or some shit. Also, never underestimate the egotism of these people, because why did Joe pick Kamala? Besides his stupid misfiring brain telling him this is his concession to the left. you want your immediate successor, or what is supposed to be your immediate successor, to make you look good. You know, what did the O'Bunkler see in Brandon? Someone who would make O'Bunkler look great.
I know I didn't hear you talking shit about my operator, Nancy Pelosi, like that.
But it's like it's not like Harry Reid, where like Harry Reid also shitty Democrat, but like Harry Reid legitimately did have some parliamentary tricks and know-how. He knew more than your average bear, but Pelosi just like, yeah, she's, I guess, more competent than fucking, you know, Chuck.
I mean, that's
okay.
That's not a bar.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Nancy Pelosi was more competent than Chuck, and I think she did the reason why I always thought she was like decent at holding the coalition together was because of like the assurances that she gave to like Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, AOC. Definitely, especially Ilhan Omar on like the Foreign Affairs Committee, like that to me was like, I'm gonna play ball with you and you have to play ball with me. Yeah. Like that's gamesmanship that I don't think like Hakeem Jeffries does. Or maybe he does do it and I don't know. He does.
Hakeem Jeffries trying to do that would be like, okay, I can then, you know, the ADL's like next list of the 10 biggest anti-Semites in America. I can keep you in the bottom 5.
Yeah.
I can keep you out of the top 5. All you need to do is to vote with me, but 100% of the time for the next 2 years.
Yeah, but to be fair, Nancy Pelosi also, like, not putting AOC at head of oversight was a major mistake. Like, even if you don't like AOC all that much or whatever, like, it literally doesn't make sense.
Giving it to Jerry Connolly, one of the most insane and spiteful things.
She's young, she's vibrant, she's well liked by the liberal base. You can maintain some kind of like, we are actually progressive posture in that situation. I think they genuinely watch a lot of like Republican TV shows and are just like fearful that everybody hates AOC when it's not the case. I don't think.
It just, I mean, it's that, or it's just like, it's like any barely functioning anachronism where it is just like a system of favors and like,
yeah,
you know, who owes what vendor which consultant is going to get paid this way, and this fucking Jerry Connolly guy just happened to be there the longest. I don't even think they thought about it that much.
But when she was like obviously making a play for it, like Nancy Pelosi from the hospital bed in Europe because she broke her ass, literally stepped in and intervened to say, no, we got to put the cancer patient geriatric Jerry Connolly in this position.
Right. But I think she did that. She was so up in arms about it and so determined to do that because it's like
seniority, like maintaining that.
Yeah, because not just seniority, it's also like whatever favors and payoffs and whatever other bullshit comes along with Connolly's like decades of service to this like completely bloated dying animal of a party.
Yeah, and then he died.
Yeah, it's so
that was so crazy.
Nothing made me laugh harder than when people were like, "Hey, what the fuck? This guy's dying," and then that like some like VA, some person in the VA Democratic Party was like,
"Oh, yelling at Ken Klippenstein."
Yeah, she was like, "Jerry's gonna kick cancer's ass," and he died like a month later. It's like, look,
yeah, she like that lady got real mad at Ken. I remember.
Yeah,
like, she's like, "Fuck you" or something.
Yeah.
Like she
Jerry's gonna destroy cancer.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I don't even know if I would call that a battle with cancer.
Yeah.
I would call that cancer performed an annexation.
At that point. It's just...
My grandfather had, he got like skin cancer and he just like rubbed lotion on it and it was gone. You know? That's Jerry, though. Jerry fought a battle that he lost.
Yeah.
My grandfather was, I think, older than Connolly when that happened to him.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, I got to head out because I got to go to an event, but I was going to do a much shorter stream today, but since Felix was here, we went on for a lot longer. Thank you, Felix, for coming on.
My pleasure.
Haven't done this in a minute because you fled the California Oblast.
Well,
you're not going to be a part of Cascadia.
Well,
the Pacific Northwest, the Southwest Coalition.
Well, you know, my dream would be to live there from November to about February to March every year.
Yeah.
I only need to make twice as much as I make now. So if you're subscribed to the Patreon, let's double that, okay?
Yeah. Keep subscribing. Steal your parents' credit cards.
Yeah.
And subscribe to the Chavo Patreon.
If you have a dead family member and their credit cards are still active, sign them up. Hey, even if it expires in 2 years, I can use it for a down payment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I like that. Is there anything else you want to promote? What are you guys working on?
We just came out with the first episode of our new D&D campaign based on Law & Order SVU. I think it's the funniest one of those we've ever done.
It's fucking awesome. I was listening to it on the airplane when I was flying in.
Columbot and Dutch are like, it made me laugh so fucking hard.
No, your pervy character is great too.
I'm just doing Jeremy Irons from when he was on SVU, but like the scene where Will goes to the law office and does skell vision is so fucking funny. But all of it, we had so much fun making it, and I usually listen to stuff like once just to get an idea. Stuff that we do, rather. I've listened to this twice just because it was so fun to make, and I liked going back to it.
Yeah, you're cooking me now. Everyone's like, why don't you do this fun stuff like that for your podcast? I can't.
I mean, you could hire patches.
I can't do. We've tried D&D campaigns in the past. I'm not creative enough.
I would live there for like a month or however long it took. To come with patches, and we would figure something out. If the mood ever strikes you,
to do a D&D campaign.
Yeah,
we also got Brandon Lee Mulligan that everybody always is trying to get me to link up with. But in any case, thanks so much, Felix.
My pleasure.
And for tomorrow, I am going to be at the New Yorker Festival doing my rounds, so that people stop yelling at me and calling me an anti-Semitic, Islamist, fundamentalist, jihadist terrorist. And after that, I might make an appearance at the Zohran AOC Bernie Sanders rally. I've decided. Did you see the Bernie clip on Tinder?
Oh yeah, where he says, "I don't think I am what people call a Zionist."
Oh no, that's the other one. That's the Axios one. That was actually interesting.
I think. I have my own thoughts about it.
No, I was talking about Tim Dillon when he goes, "You can't have a nation without borders," and Trump's immigration agenda has been so much better than Biden's. I was like, "What?"
That's vulgar Bernieism.
Yeah,
that's Bernie 2016. That was. I remember 2016. Vox writers used to hate him because he would. He said open borders is the Koch brothers thing.
But that was early, bro. That was 2012 Bernie repackaged in 2016.
And like 2015 Bernie, too. Yeah. I mean, hey.
Yeah, they hit him with the woke raid. They forced him to take a different position on immigration, which he then also did go on to describe exactly what the problem is with the immigration structure that we currently have. But it was a very wild way to open it up. By being like, Trump's immigration policies are better than Biden's.
Yeah, I remember he's kind of all over the place with it a little bit. Like, but I remember when Vox, they got mad at him for, he was talking about like reshoring, you know, like everyone does. But they said, actually, like, this would impoverish everyone in the third world.
Oh yes, I remember that. That was my favorite. That was such a bar. I love that.
I think that was Bootcamp, actually.
Yeah, the gross liberalism that dictates that. No, you don't understand. We're doing it for them.
Yeah,
we've uplifted the third world from the impoverished masses.
I mean, try selling that. These people love messaging and optics. Sell that to the average voter, please.
Well, it's also fucking bullshit. The only country that was able to do that with like central planning, we are punishing right now. We're trying to punish and getting our ass beat for it. But like, there's literally like 2, maybe 3 countries that were able to take advantage of that foreign capital and then like recirculate it through its economy in a healthy way. And we hate them for it.
Oh yeah, that graph that people love to post. Yeah. That is, it's China.
Yeah.
And then like 2 other places.
Yeah, it's like, it's mostly just China and then like the residual uplifting of other surrounding close allies.
People who benefit from like Chinese economic proximity within 1,000 kilometers.
It's so fucking annoying. They're like, I don't know. Is it inappropriate? People get mad at me when I say this, but I do feel like if Mao didn't win, right, and it was like a nationalist regime in China, I feel like it would resemble the conditions in India more so than what it became.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I mean, like I don't know enough about Chinese history to tell you one way or the other, or Indian history for that matter.
I mean, there's other issues in India as well, and they suffered super hard under British rule.
I will say, I mean, you probably read that thread too. The person talking about they were talking about how no women in their family had like ever been put through schooling, and then the central government came and like basically
I didn't see that, no.
modernized their village. Yeah, and so definitely some credence to that, you know.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know enough about the history of either place enough to say. Maybe though.
I just think that like having they just prove central planning is the way to go.
Right.
And we have some semblance of that in the Western world as well. We just use it in the direction of profit accumulation, and it's utterly decentralized and decoupled from any sort of like interest in governance that improves people's material conditions. Right. Like it's just not invested in that at all.
We have central planning and severe protectionism for the defense industry.
Yeah.
It
was I think it was Ryan Grimm who said something about that, where he was like, Donald Trump is intervening in like a media merger, but at the behest of like the Ellisons, to make sure that the Ellisons can actually secure the Warner Brothers contract as well, the Warner Brothers merger as well. And it's like, that is quite literally what the Chinese government would do in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
To be like, no, one fucking billionaire shouldn't have this much power over the media organs, no matter how loyal they might be to the party for now. And they would break that up in the interest of making sure that things remain stable. In America, we do that kind of intervention at the behest of billionaires directly.
Yeah. If anyone has lived through the last 20 or 30 years, and they still think it's fucking the late 80s, and they could throw all their Thomas Sowell quotes at the idea of central planning anymore, that is an insane person.
Yeah.
I'm there are 2 countries. Between the 2 countries, which of them has like a mass shooting problem that can pretty much be attributed to this one group of like
manufacturers, domestic manufacturers?
No, not even the manufacturing part, but like of children basically being exploited into the point of insanity and sociopathy by like a insane like group of like a loosely connected like internet grooming gang.
Oh, you're talking about Order 9 Angles or whatever.
Well, 764.
Or 764, yeah.
But it's like what I'm sure China has social problems, and they probably have like fucked up things on the internet that manifest in real life. But between the 2 places, I very plainly, I think we are the ones making ourselves much more sick.
Oh yeah,
we've created a much more sick society, and it is because there's no even consideration. Okay, what is the barrier to that happening? Well, then it wouldn't be 100% completely unbridled pure profiteering every step of the way. Okay, fuck it, it's a price worth paying.
To Cloud District Enjoyer, to respond to your thing, China doesn't even really do central planning. They control the flows of capital, and they do central planning through that, rather than, you know, a
Like
more
a
direct.
Soviet style,
Yeah, they're not doing direct intervention and being like, this is what you're going to produce. But obviously, they've designed a more fluid structure by controlling the flows of capital in whichever direction that they want the money to move in. And that's how they were able to deal with the real estate bubble that they had, and then move into different sectors, and were able to almost magically overnight start pumping fucking electric vehicles out of nowhere.
Yeah,
because everybody kind of understands exactly how you know, when the government says this is what we're going to move in the direction of, everybody understands this is what we have to gear towards. Do you think we're better than China? Fuck no. What? That's not even a question. No.
At what?
Like what are
Prestige TV?
Yeah, what are
sure.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
They're literally
For
buying
now, yeah.
they're buying our fucking like they're buying our culture producers as well. Like they're eventually gonna also beat our asses in that regard too.
Can they clone David Milch? I would love that.
Yeah, I don't. No, dude, it's literally direct central planning. They dictate the flows and expect the private individuals to follow it. Any variance is not tolerated. It's full-on central planning. I don't know what you're talking about. I am saying it's central planning. The other chatter is saying it's not. All right, yeah, they got bone glue. They beat us at that too.
They have bone glue like that. Every fucking week I see something like that, and it's not like. I'm not talking about like just the aggregator accounts where they're like they made a bridge made out of fucking light and like actual incredible advancements every week. And then in America it's like Jelly Roll is mad that they used one of his songs in a video of an ICE agent like stomping on a mother's head. Great.
Yeah, no, we found a new way to break your brain with AI.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, no, every week they're like, well, China just figured out how to like grow an ACL in like a rooftop garden in one day. And in America, you know, Sora just announces that
you can do porn now.
Yeah, Sora announces 4K child pornography.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, the water supply is gone. It's toast, and your energy prices are through the fucking roof. But hey, guess what, dude? Sora's advancements is gonna save all of us.
They're over there. They're going to like reverse engineer. They're going to basically finish Metal Gear Solid V, like somehow. And we're over here. We can't even save people from seeing Jelly Roll's penis online. It's happened to people I know.
I hate it when I'm just going about my day and then I see Jelly Roll's penis.
A lot of people I know have seen, like, they were just bombarded with images of Jelly Rolls.
It's a real big problem. Yeah. All right. Well, I said I was going to end it like 20 minutes ago. And that'll be all for today, folks.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Let's pull up the outro song. Oh, man. I haven't even seen the glorious outdoors of New York City yet. Basically fucking passed out, woke up, did my damn thing.
That is always such a weird feeling to me when I would like
all the chatter is trickling
wake up at like 5
p.m.
Bye, everybody. Peace.
Sunny Los Angeles, California, says Hasan. The stun lock to the topic's just begun. There he is again, her sun is streaming. Hasan is streaming. There he is again. Hasan is streaming. Hasan is streaming. Reviewing the P.O. box, Uncle Euchre's face. Sudden discord agitprop, gray names take on race. Tiny Bernie Sanders, LGBTQ Air Force. The whole left at your fingertips, and Anya out your door. The H3 Crowder debate, the Young Turks online show. 3 full fucking years of this, and plenty more to go. 90-day fiance, talks of champagne bourgeoisie. A Trump rally live reaction, a mass riot in DC. There he is again, Hasan is streaming. Hasan is streaming. There he is again, Hasan is streaming. Hasan is streaming. Reading live stream fail comments, Austin show chat advice. In all the ways the right-wing pipeline can suck you in online. JCS react, Lord Frame gets broken, cover blown. A full-blown mass pandemic, months of streaming in your